Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. How you doing? I just had to finish this shit off because I love that track. I do love that intro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I love that intro just as much as Amber Heard. I mean, Roberticus loves Amber Heard. So
That's it.
you know what I mean? So I just kind of wanted to make sure, we get that in there real quick. So
that's your shit.
Yeah, that's my shit. So definitely thank you guys, everybody, for being here. It's going to be a great show. We got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot of things that we're going to actually jump into. But, of course, I can't get into it without the compadres here. Make sure that if you're watching here, you hit that like button. Please subscribe like this tells you to do. Hit that bell notification so you are always up to date to what we got going on over here on the channel. But, of course, I can't do that without the folks that we actually have here on the panel today. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? What's going on with y'all?
Man.
How y'all doing?
Hello, friends.
I'm fantastic.
How's everybody doing tonight?
My boy got the Mussolini Martini. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
And we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're gonna definitely dive in. But how y'all brothers doing, man? Y'all good?
We're doing swell,
yeah.
man.
Doing good. Yeah, I'm doing great.
Can't complain, man. I got one more pre-order in the account today.
Oh, what did you get?
I want to. Oh, I got a certain specific Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, you got it. So I thought you said. All right. So my question is, brother, and we're gonna bring this up real quick because my question is, I thought I saw somewhere in the chat where you said that you did you fall asleep or something like that, or you woke up late? What happened?
Is that today? I almost woke up late. Almost. But I got up on time. I blew through all of my alarms because I was staying up talking to motherfucking my man CT 603 till like about 5 o'clock because off day, and we was just talking about a bunch of stuff and the Deadpool movie and Comic-Con. But yeah, I decided I just was like gonna just try it. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. And
she didn't sell out yet, did she? Is he sold out?
Oh yes,
she did. She's gone now.
Yeah, both of them are wait. Yeah. So the special edition is waitlisted. Collector's edition is waitlisted.
Okay.
But I made sure I definitely secured the bag on this one, bro. I was not passing this up,
bro. The link dispersal was the most nervous part of today. Because I was refreshing, waiting for it. Then actually, what worked this time was the text message.
The text message came through first.
Worked this time.
It came through first. So if you
How
basically
many pieces are out? How many pieces did it make?
So they put 6,000 out. So it was 6,000. 4,000 of them were the special edition with the gauntlet. Yeah. And then 2,000 were just the regular the regular artisan edition.
Regular.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So that's definitely what that was, man.
I had to lock down Vader, man.
Oh yeah. See, the thing is, I've locked down all the ones that I sought out to lock down was Vader, this, and Grievous, General Grievous. So those were the ones that I sought to knock down first and foremost. So I definitely managed to lock those down. But this one right here, I had to do this.
I might find a way to get that. But
bro, I couldn't pass it up, bro. Ever since that day going over Vinny's crib and seeing somebody in the room dressed up like this, I was like, yo, I need to get my hands on one, bro, like straight up. So you already know.
My word.
Yeah, man. Yeah, appreciate that.
I did that going under this fire on her though, bro. That shit looks
Definitely, man. But I'm glad to hear that you locked this down, bro. Definitely. Because it definitely was worth locking down, man. Again, thank y'all for being here, everybody out there in the chat. I know y'all waiting, so we're going to dive in. But before we do, and here's the thing tonight, because there is so much to talk about, and there's going to be some conversations. We're not doing the artist pick of the week, and we're not doing the comic pick of the week this week. We're going to just dive in straight on the news because we need to talk about this stuff. First and foremost, starting with, definitely, Deadpool did break some records. Before we actually do, though, before we get into that, I do want to give a shout out to the places where we get these figures from, like I do each and every week. Starting with my man, you already know who it is, Underground Figures, Ray over there at Underground Figures. Definitely make sure that if you are looking for a piece, he got it for you. No NRD, full transparency. He will make sure that you get the figure that you're looking for. Make sure you sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date to what he has coming next. I always have to refresh the channel because once you refresh the channel, you will see what you're looking for. So definitely you see that Deadpool here, which interesting enough, got a update on that is going to be coming pretty soon, actually between August and December of 2024. So that's interesting. That is
definitely mucked up some people's plans for sure.
Yeah, it definitely did, bro. So it's going to be
everybody's feeling that kind of
Yeah.
in some sort of fashion. I'll say that.
Yeah, so definitely they're feeling that in the clutch. But anyway, make sure that you actually get over there. Head on over there. Tell him I sent you, and he will take care of you because he is definitely good like that. Always a solid dude, always on point. And make sure that you have exactly what it is that you need. Also, I want to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys. He gives you a care package. Not only do you get the figure you're looking for, but you get a sticker, comic book, the boot. So he always wants to make sure that you are laced, because that is exactly what he does. Keeps you laced. Also, this proud sponsor of Summer Madness that's going over there right now. So I definitely want to give him a shout out because he always keeps us updated, and just always in the now. So definitely got to give him a shout out. My man Ray over there at Hawk Wars is such a pillar in this community, and make sure that you get the figure that you need to proceed. Also, I want to give a shout out to my man Watcher 6 over there, Comic Relief Comic Collectibles. Couldn't be here tonight because he's not feeling good, but basically he is here in spirit, man. Hope you get better. Definitely, if you're looking for them comics, 1 to scale, 1 to scale, anything you're looking for, he will basically find it for you and make sure that you have it in your collection so your collection is complete. So definitely want to give him a shout out as always. And last but definitely not least, I got to give a shout out to my man Brian Wong over there at Moducase Modu Space. My mono arrived on Wednesday, so I'm definitely excited about that. It's gonna be dope, man. So I definitely can't wait to put that together and show y'all and give y'all my review on that piece, because definitely it is a solid piece. So definitely want to give y'all a shout out and give him a shout out on that, as always. But yeah, we definitely got some things. We definitely got some things we need to talk about, man. Before we actually get into it, I'm just gonna put this up here before we actually get into now, start having this conversation about this. Let me actually go ahead and see who we got in the chat with us tonight. We got my man SB in the building. Thank you for being here, bro. We got Mark P in the building. Thank you for being here. Ren's Talentino is in the building. Ren's Talentino's in the building. Charlie the Unicorn. Paul Morales is in the building. Thank you for being here as always. Who else we got here? Ghetto Yoda is in the building. Amber May is in the building. Thank you for being here. Chuck G. Dockinator, the Booty King is in the building. Secured my big booty widow today. Happy boy. You already know. We got Malika Babang, WR, Real Negro Radio. From Negro in you. Make sure you got your Afro picks and skin tight leather jacket and your platform shoes, because we got the strut until you had enough.
Hey, I heard he did on they station. I heard they did a 1 hour, and I mean a 1 hour marathon of Jodeci. I don't know how many babies were made during that 1 hour, but I'm pretty sure there was a lot.
And then when he got done, you know what he said? Can you dig it?
Right.
Definitely want to give a shout out to my man Charlie the Unicorn. Thank you for being here. Edar, Pedro Lopez, a room full of Scarjo Simps. I'll be that confirmed. You already know what it is. We got
can't confirm.
He said he can't confirm. Yeah, he did. Ghetto Yoda's in here. Chuck G. Who else have we got in here? K Carter's in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. We got my man
Incel King.
Incel King. Yeah,
Is that what that is?
That's what I'm wondering. Incel King. I'm wondering if that's what Yeah, we'll just stick with that. Uncle Keith's in the building. Tall Bars in here. Thank you for being here, brother. As always. What's going on, Unc? Dingleberry's in here. What's going on with you, brother? Thank you for being here. As always, Spice Runner. Yo, suckers. Thank you for being here as always, brother. And so appreciate having you here as well. Who else have we got, man? I think we are spilling the tea on everybody. We got Bruce Leroy's Glow in here. Thank you for being here as always, man. Definitely appreciate you as always. And yeah, I think we got Wavy Crockett in this. He said Wavy Crockett. I love that name, bro. Wavy Crockett. Zach 16 in the building as well, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So, okay. So by now, I do want to put out this disclaimer. Everybody is in here. I'm guessing everybody out there in the chat and everybody is on the panel has already seen Deadpool 3. I mean, well, Wolverine, yeah. Deadpool and Wolverine. So you might as well say. But I'm guessing you have actually already seen it by now. We've seen it. So you already know about the spoilers. So do know this will be a spoiler-filled show. Not a spoiler-free, but a heavy spoiler show. So definitely, if you haven't seen it, I'm just giving you a hint before we actually dive in because we got lots to talk about, lots to cover with this. And it's definitely worth talking about. So again, Deadpool was released. Me and Vinny went to go see it on Thursday night. Just like I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. Thursday night, we actually went to go see it. And definitely went into it with I definitely went into it with no expectations. And that's because I wanted to clear the slate and just go in clean without really thinking about what we would see. And I will say, Vinny, that everything that they showed from the trailer was from the first half of the movie. There's maybe one or two sprinkles in there. So if you haven't seen the trailer, that's definitely what it was. But lights go out, intro comes on, and with the beginning scene, and then definitely once that bye came on, in sync. Bye. Vinny couldn't help himself. Amber May, she's basically out there. She can attest. He got up and stepped out in the aisle and just went in front of the screen and did the dance, and then came back and sat down like it was nothing. So, it just happens that way, bro. It just happens that way.
Bye. Truth free and spoiler free episode tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Truth free.
Charlie Unicorn said Vinny got some moves. Definitely. Vinny is cutting the rug.
I heard he did a backflip and then did a hero's landing afterwards. I'm like, God damn.
Yo. So listen. Because I always want to get my overall perspective in the very beginning. I dug the movie. I definitely dug the movie. I thought they did a fantastic job with, and here's the thing, like, I know a lot of layout, there was a whole bunch of jokes in it. It was meant to be in this. It's Deadpool. So that is acceptable, highly acceptable in this particular film. There are certain films that are done that where it does not suit the characteristics, but it does not. So in this, they did a very good job with giving those beats and hitting with those notes as far as the jokes and also the emotional beats because it was heavy weighted. I thought that the character build up from each individual character that was presented was great. The cameos were good. The storyline, for what it was worth. I think they did such a good job, implemented some really great characters in this film. I loved Cassandra Nova's character. I definitely loved the way she played that. I loved who is it?
Paradox.
Paradox. Yeah. He was pretty funny. I never laughed so hard at the term baby knife the entire film, bro. Like every time he said baby knife, I laughed my ass off, bro. I couldn't stop. But I definitely thought it was an incredible film. Now, does this basically save the MCU? And I know a lot of people actually have that. Is it a movie that I think that saves the MCU? So, and I said this in my review that I would leave it up to everybody to, make their own assumption and their own, formulate their own opinion. To me, it's too early in the game to say whether or not it does or not, because it's one of those films again that we are going in. It closed out the Fox universe nicely, but also with this, we're going into a slate to whereas we've just gotten over a rocky start, like a rocky, we were on this rocky journey with the MCU, and we landed here. So it's one of those situations where I think this is a good start to what we can actually see going forward. So I will say that it's a good start to what we will actually see going forward. But I can't anoint this yet and say that it is the film that is going to save the MCU. And that's not hate. There's no hate there. I'm just not willing to say that this one particular film is going to save the MCU. Not saying that the movie was bad, because it wasn't. I thought it was dope. But to me, it is not that film that I think is going to basically save the MCU. That's saving the MCU right now. I just think that it's a good start. We have a couple more films that we got to get into. We got, Captain America: Brave New World. Of course, we have Fantastic Four. Of course, that which we'll get into a little bit later. Thunderbolts as well. I think that I just need a couple more films, and I need just consistency a tad bit more before I'm willing to say it's a safe bet. Because all we know, we can see this film, get into Captain America: Brave New World, and get disappointed, which I doubt we will, because that shit look dope as fuck. But I'm just saying it's a high possibility. So I'm just staying in a safe space to say that this is a good start to what we are going to actually see going forward. Now, before we actually start diving in and picking things apart, and just, not picking things apart, but just kind of breaking down the film itself, well, Berticus, what are your thoughts about that?
There's going to be people that are going to share some very tempered and some very energetic responses to this. But y'all, let me come into this. We back. We are so fucking back. I don't care what anybody fucking says. We are so fucking back. We have a plan. We have a path to follow that plan. And that's not something you could say that has been afforded to fans of this IP in the last 4 or 5 years. People are talking about the MCU, especially with the announcement of a certain character or a certain actor. People are talking about the MCU in a way that they haven't talked about it in the last 5 years. If you're looking at it from a pure engagement, a pure publicity standpoint, that's already a W. Mm-hmm. That isn't what, oh man, these guys, I'm tired of these movies. It isn't that conversation at all. They've literally swept that conversation at least halfway under the rug until the next bump in the road happens, right? At least then. And then we could probably revisit that. But where I'm at mentally, I'm choosing to go along for the ride. I'm choosing to be positive in that aspect. And if it's anybody that we should be putting our stock in and believing in terms of them executing and presenting to you a good, solid comic book film, wouldn't it be the Russos? Wouldn't they be the number one on your list? That's just my question, my 2 cents.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, definitely. I hope wholeheartedly just basically agree when it comes to the Russos. They haven't failed me yet, so I mean, definitely, I have my, I put all stocks behind them. I tell you what. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to rattle any chains. Because this ain't a DC versus Marvel situation, so we'll just basically wait and see.
Well, calm down. Don't say that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just keep it calm. Jay, where you stand on this, bro? As far as this film and how do you feel overall? Before we kind of jump in, overall, what are your feelings?
You know that scene in Hangover when they all get back in the car and in the desert and they're riding back, and I forget, Bradley Cooper was like, "We're back. We're back, baby, we're back."
Yeah.
That's how I feel, bro. This right here has brought Marvel full circle, I think, to me. It's fan service. The writing was amazing. I didn't care about all the jokes. I know it's Deadpool, so that I'm used to that already from the
Yeah, yeah,
comics and from the other movies.
yeah.
Um, Seeing Hugh Jackman in that yellow and blue, bro, I I got emotional. I was thinking about X-Men 90. Well, before regular X-Men, the old school X-Men, X-Men 97, bro. It was just 24 years. You had the formula and didn't use it. You finally use it, and look what happens, bro. Like that's what this is what we want. This is what we've been wanting for years.
Hmm.
Hugh said it, Ryan said it, and the fans have said it, bro. I saw the movie twice in the same damn day. I couldn't leave. I just bought another ticket, bro. Like to see Elektra, to see Blade, to finally see the real Gambit um on film, to see, to even hear Punisher was there, bro. Like it. Listen, I was totally happy, and I like what they did with the anchor being like Logan. When Logan died, that universe was a 10-0005 was starting to die at Sucker. He was that anchor being, bro. Who would have thought that up? Like creative writing to try to save your franchise, to me, I think it's smart because they know they've been sinking. And the jokes that he was saying about Marvel and Disney all of this movie, bro, I just,
Everything was just so timely, bro.
bro, everything was timed. I couldn't. It was hilarious, dog. When he looked at when he grabbed the camera in the TVA and broke it with his forehead and said "fuck you, Fox."
Hmm.
Oh my
Bro, that shit
god,
was funny as hell.
bruh, like it was just so many amazing moments in the movie to me that um I had to go back and see. And then that little slight at Sony where he was in Stark's office and you saw Peter's little Iron Man toy helmet, and then you saw the
Yeah.
picture of Stark and Peter, but Peter's face was covered because of the little
Yeah,
Sony thing.
it's the Sony thing. Yeah.
Come on, bro, like that's
Hmm.
You
smart.
know what's funny is that I've been in different sources have been saying this for quite some time, but
Hmm.
was it Iron Man 2 or 3? It was the little kid that was wearing that mask.
Yeah, it was
They
Peter.
they've been trying to say
Yeah,
that was Peter Parker the
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah, they said it
yeah.
was Peter. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's Peter. So it's funny as hell. They had that little slight with the little toy helmet in front of Peter's side of the picture.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. It was just everything to me was just done perfectly. I haven't watched a Marvel film in a while where I haven't picked it apart. I'm like, oh god, that ain't right. This ain't right. This looks weird. That
Hmm.
sucks.
Hmm.
I just I thoroughly just enjoyed it as a fan, as a comic book reader, as a figure collector, and I mean as a 6'2", 240-pound geek. Like I enjoyed it, bro. So it was like they could do no wrong to me. They could do no wrong to me. And to see X-23 back with Logan,
Hmm.
oh my god,
Yeah.
dude. Yo, I hope they get a movie with them two in it too, bro. Like they gotta do something with them two. And Cavill. Oh my god. Yo, I almost jumped out of my chair, bro.
That was
When
one of
he,
the funniest parts
bro,
of the film, seeing him
yo, to
pop up
see
and turn
Cavill
around.
as
That was
Logan.
hilarious.
Oh my god, bro. Cavalry, dude.
Yeah, the
That
the
that
rumored
that.
Calvary.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that
That's
right
so
there
good.
to me, man. That was one of the scenes that made the movie. And to see Wesley Snipes back as Blade,
Hmm.
it was great. I mean, that's probably the only Blade we're going to get in the next 5-6 years to see him as old man Blade. So I mean, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But they got to make the hot toy now. I can't wait, bro. Like I'm so excited for the figures that might come from this line alone. Can we get an X-23? Can we get an Electra? Can we get a old man Blade? Like or a Cassandra Nova. Like I'm so super for these figures. With
Cassandra
that
Nova.
brown and gold.
I'm very
I
interested
hope,
in that one.
bro,
If
with the
they could turn
chair.
around with that, that would be really cool
You
to
think they make
see.
her with the chair? I hope she get her with Charles's chair or something like that. Like that'll be dope, bro. Like
Yeah,
I'm excited, bro, and to get like a brown and gold Wolverine costume when he's fighting the Hulk. Come on, dude. Like this so much fan service. Marvel's finally listening to the fans. I hope somewhat, but I mean You just dropped the highest rating, the highest grossing rated R film of all time. The highest grossing rated R film of all time. Like that's
Yeah, I saw a lot of kids in there. I'm like, damn,
yep.
they about to
Well,
make some money.
I didn't take my baby with me. I watched by myself. So, but dude, awesome, awesome film, man. So to me, I think they back. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah. Vinny, man, what are your thoughts on this, bro?
Um, it was I had a lot of fun with it. I had, um, obviously, like I'm not the biggest Deadpool fan, and I feel like a lot of times he makes more fun than like laughing at instead of with type of commentary on superheroes in the genre. And I still feel like a lot of the Deadpool films aren't very like rewatchable because it's after you get past, after you hear all the punchlines and jokes, it's not there's not a lot that brings me back to them. I think what helped with this one was it was much more action and a lot of Wolverine and Berserker mode pretty much the whole damn film, which obviously is helps with the action. And I think adds the two strengths that really carried this film the whole way through was the fan service um, and action. Action choreography through the whole film was stellar. Some of those Wolverine moments were, some of the best Wolverine moments that we've gotten in 25 years, and it's a lot of stuff that we've always wanted to see. And then we're seeing it all with the suit. I mean, not just the suit, but we got the cow too. The cow with white eyes. It's just like I don't want to hear anybody ever tell me we can't get Batman with white eyes because we got two characters in this film with white eyes, and I mean, and it's made enough money to show that it can be done. It was, as you know, like over the years of us talking, the issues I've had with Hugh Jackman, and as much as I love him and want to move on, I will say this that scene in the van was the absolute best scene in the film to me. Hugh Jackman did not know he was in a superhero movie in that moment. He thought he was in fucking, an Oscar film because he was acting like I believed he really hated Ryan Reynolds in that moment. Like that motherfucker was.
Vinny, when he said there was like a couple lines from Logan where I was like, okay, like Logan.
Like,
oh, ooh, you know what I mean?
Like, yo, what? Yo, it was that mother. Like, I mean, that's one of the reasons why he's been able to be this transcendent character. And I always half jokingly bitch about the height and shit like that, but that's a hell of a fucking actor and a hell of a amount of intensity that he brings into this role. That, so many comic book films, it's like these people know that they're in a comic book film and they don't take it seriously, and he always has came to work like
he comes to work.
He comes to work like he is.
It
takes it serious, and it's exactly the type of character you need to take it serious for the amount of intensity that Wolverine is supposed to have. So that was like by far my favorite scene, and throughout the film, he just he was incredible. The Logan montages were phenomenal, except for one, the Silvestri X on the cross, the Age of Apocalypse. I mean, Wolverine, like these are all like Hulk versus Wolverine. These were all just like incredible, like things that we never thought we would see. A little disappointing in like in a possibly disappointing way in that sometimes when they do shit like that, that's like, all right, well, if you're giving us this, is that just like here, you happy? Because they're never going to do it again. So I don't want that to be the case because I when I seen the brown and tan suit, I almost jumped out my seat because that's my favorite suit. So y'all, I mean, brown and tan suit team for life. Like I always loved that suit the most, and the yellow and blue was fire. But I don't want them to be like, oh, no, we gave it to you here. Like get over it. I fuck them for the mini Wolverine joke because it's almost like it's almost like we ain't ever doing a short Wolverine, so fuck you. And that hurt my feelings because I'm like, yo, man, imagine if there was a big girl a big girl in the comics who became famous, and then they made a movie and they cast like, you know, and Taylor Joy, and then they did a multiverse where she's fat, and then everyone just laughs at her. Haha! It's like, yo, come on, man. What I thought. It's the only thing left you could body shame in 2024. That's the only thing left it's okay to make fun of.
Yeah, it's height.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
When he jumped off the stool.
Nah, man, and he was,
Bro,
they
I
made him
was
shorter,
dying.
and they made him shorter than 5'3" man. Come on, man. That was,
That's what
I was
y'all
pissed,
wanted.
man.
That's what
I was
y'all
pissed.
wanted.
but it is what it is. Like, I
short
know I'm
sawed
smart
off,
enough
though.
to know we ain't really gonna get a 5'3" Wolverine, but hopefully when they recast, it is closer to 5'3" than 6'5". But I love the I love the cameos. There's a lot of really, really cool outside the box ideas for the cameos. I like the idea of the Void, but then there's where I kind of flipped it to like a bit nitpicky. I know it's Deadpool. It ain't Citizen Kane. It's not supposed to be a tremendous, incredible story, but you have a lot. We'll dig into the details. So I'm not going to go into all the little details and issues I had because we're going to pick them apart, I'm sure, and go into it and break it down. But you have one Marvel film this year, and a big part of that Marvel film was a lot of hype saying, this is what's going to bring people back. This is where we're going to start showing that, we're back on track and we have a plan. We know what we're doing. And then they did a lot of multiverse and Void and timeline stuff that clearly, like, they didn't think anyone would really like care if it was wrong or messed up. There's a lot of issues I had with the characters being in the Void in the first place. Cassandra Nova being able to travel with the sling ring to different multiverses, and the timeline going forward. And I really just personally don't like the anchor characters just out of logic. I mean, because there's a lot of problems with that because of like Wolverine isn't truly immortal. Like he will eventually die. So what happens after he dies in that universe? Why wasn't was there another anchor character before him? Because otherwise, why would there be time or anything before that anchor character if you need that anchor character for that world to exist? And if there was someone before him, then why couldn't there be just a passing of the anchor character? What I didn't understand till today when I heard somebody talking about was when I see it in the theater, I thought they were saying Logan was the anchor character in every verse, but I guess each universe has their own anchor character, which obviously leads to some very some better choices, right? Because you can have someone like a Thor or somebody in another in 66 or someone else who is immortal, who would make sense to always have been there, always will be there, type of thing. So that's obviously something they can explore, but I feel like that's a very slippery slope when you get to that type of thing.
Yeah.
So yes, Dr. Nader, the Slinger had the time and reality stone in it. My point is, if she had that, then why was she stuck there? She could have used it at any time. That was
but they gave her that. They gave her that area to rule. Like he told, he would leave her alone. That the Void was hers. That's why she never really left. You understand? That's what I figured.
Right, but the reality stone shouldn't work in the Void. The reality stone shouldn't even work in the Void. They should only work in their universe, and the Void isn't in any particular universe.
So the one thing that we do know about Cassandra Nova, though, in this film is that she didn't want to leave the Void at all.
I
guess my point is, basically stay
she
there.
Shouldn't have been able to. My point is, she shouldn't have been able to because those stones shouldn't have worked. They're paperweights to the TVA. So how did they even work?
Well,
I guess. I mean, because here's the thing: the paperwork. They did explain, and even within Loki itself, that those stones, of course, they don't work in the part of because remember, within the TVA itself, time does not exist the way we see it at all because they control time. So that means that those powers, because remember, they had plenty of stones from different timelines that didn't work within that pocket space that they were in. But it didn't say, they never said that the stones wouldn't work in the Void or anywhere else.
Yeah, I think it's just the Void is a reality that can be manipulated versus the TVA. That is not a reality. That's how I'm taking it.
Yeah, because even in actual comics, that was always cool that TVA did that because, like, you can't use the gauntlet in another universe. You have to have that universe's stones. So they carried that over. So I didn't realize, I don't know. I didn't really agree with that making sense to work in the Void. But, like, on the whole, though, it was a great experience. Lots of fun. a shit ton of fan experience, and I really did have fun in the theater. Like the issue, all the fun I had outweighed any of the issues I had with the film. But I do feel like this isn't like, okay, we won. I feel like they still got a lot of work to do, and I don't feel like you can have as many slip ups and confusing narratives and unclear direction as you've had over the past few years, and then have a film with a lot of cool action in it give you a pass to not think that like there's going to be any more hiccups down the road, because obviously they still got to show and prove. Like this tells me that they're motivated to win again, and that's what we need, and it's on the right track. I just feel like, all right, they still got some work to do, and I am very eager because there's the upcoming slate is gives them the perfect opportunity to prove that. I'm not really sure if Thunderbolts is going to do anything to the bigger picture here, but Cap definitely is to me. Fantastic Four definitely is to me, and then we start getting into the realm of Avengers 5 and 6. So there's absolutely, a chance for them to right the ship.
Yeah. Because I wanted to talk about really quick, after watching it and really dissecting, because I heard, basically I was watching a few, again, I waited until after the film to kind of just go around and listen to just a lot of reviews, but also listening to, content creators talk about certain characters. And of course we know it's an infamous conversation when it surrounds the villains of an IP. And they tend to always say that, Marvel, again, they get the heroes right, but when it comes to villains, it's always lackluster. After watching this film, and I'm sorry to disagree with that, because I thought that Cassandra Nova was a suitable villain.
Oh yeah.
I actually loved this character. I loved it because, again, she wasn't just a run-of-the-mill, telekinesis, whatever. No. She was almost damn near a reality warping individual who never really reached into that level of power, but it was how they utilized her power. Hands dipping, like how they use it to where she just literally soaks in your mind. Hands able to penetrate. Like it was fucking incredible how they did that. Just that visitation, how she's able to manipulate even certain characters, how she was able to even almost damn near manipulate Wade by having him think that Vanessa was like, yo, you're just the worst individual, whatever. I thought that was, that he didn't matter. I thought that she was definitely a suitable villain. Even with the motivation, I thought it was definitely there with her. And I truly did, after watching it, again, I believe this character to be as menacing, as it was. So she definitely did a good job. And I hope, again, like we know she's obliterated right now, but who knows what we could see down the road. We never know. Because
shout out Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely, because they brought this shit to life, and they did the fingers through the face thing, and I just wish Marvel didn't feel like they always got to kill off the villains every time, because
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
bro.
I hope, and that's the thing is, like, I'm hoping that they don't, but I know that we talk about, one of the biggest things that I talked about before is self-contained films and where we have been all the way up to about right now. And this was, in my opinion, they treated it, even though they kind of dibbled and dabbled in different, just different levels of the multiverse, showing you different realities and stuff like that. Even though they did that, even showing us the possible future of Deadpool and his interaction with Thor. Even though we saw that, it was a self-contained film for a particular reason. And I get that. It was Deadpool. It was actually, more so Wolverine's story than it was to me than Deadpool, because of how they basically showcased it, the motivation to have this as an anchoring individual for any type of reality or the multiverse itself or that world. But then also it was just as much Deadpool's film, because Deadpool, he was the one who actually gave Logan the motivation
to live again, man.
And I thought that definitely the most beautiful speech was given by X-23, and I think she was that emotional beat that he needed. because deep down inside, regardless, even if he didn't know her, he had a connection. It was like a symbiote connection to her, and we already know that the original Logan in her universe loved her to death.
Her, yeah.
You know what I mean? Really did love her, even though he was, whatever.
Hard
So
in the beginning, like
I
hard
definitely
up,
love that. I think Daphne Keane, definitely killed that.
Yeah.
There was even throughout how good the movie was, there was only one thing that threw me off that didn't, and we talked about this. Out of all characters, right? I didn't quite connect with their reasoning for bringing Elektra back.
She did not belong there. She should have been killed instantly.
She didn't belong.
Yeah. But
to me, it felt like she didn't belong. Like it was good to see it, fan service and stuff like that. It was good to see.
That's the thing. Everybody else was major fan service. Blade, what more fan service could it be than that?
Yeah.
Gambit was like a inside joke because of how impossible it was ever to be the Gambit. Forget that role. And then there was like Elektra, and I'm sorry, no one has ever like wished for Elektra to be in another Marvel movie except for maybe Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
Like
she didn't want that.
She was
she
the
didn't
only.
Want that, bro. She hated that movie. She told her friends not go see it because she was having a problem with the stuff. She kept getting her knuckles cut by the swords.
Who?
So she,
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner. She hated the Elektra movie. She was telling her friends don't go see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
it was like one of these things are not like the other.
Yeah. I think they should have put Ben Affleck's Daredevil in there. To be honest with you, that'd have been more of
but that's what I was thinking. Like if they would have brought Daredevil back, then it would. But I understand why they. Here's the thing, I understand why they didn't bring Daredevil back because of course they don't want it to be as confusing. Number one. Ben Affleck was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm never putting that suit back on again. I didn't want to do that. So I get the choice and I understand, but it just didn't feel like the motivation enough was there, to bring, even though she looked good as fuck on screen, like she was fit and ready to go. You can tell she had worked out. She had did whatever she needed to do. They could have did something else with that hairpiece. Her lace front was a little bit off for me. But other than that,
did you see how crooked that jump looked?
Yeah, that lace front was crooked as fuck, bro. They could have did something better for that lace front, bro.
She wouldn't last enough.
Y'all funny.
Bro, that lace front. Ooh, that lace front, bro.
That
like
line of demarcation was off.
Yeah, bro.
There was a lot of characters that took some liberties with the powers. Like, I'm sorry, Power can't absorb Human Torch's flame. He can manipulate it, but he can't absorb it.
He can't take it away from him.
He can't take it away from him. Like there's a
I didn't like
comic
that part.
in another universe where he manipulated Torch and like Torch couldn't control himself, but he can't just sap the power. And there's no way Wolvie is one shot decapitating Sabretooth. It don't work like that. Like no. Like he wouldn't have done that by now. Like so there were some liberties for sure. I'm not sure why Johnny didn't just flame on later. Like I don't know if like Pyro took his powers and he can never flame on again. That was odd.
Wade said it. He said he cost too much. So I'm glad he's dead. So
that was a great gag with the talking shit thing and the call back to it at the end.
That shit was fucking funny as fuck. That shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah,
bro. Even when fucking Deadpool was snitching and you seen Johnny like, what? I didn't. Come on.
Yeah,
like,
that shows how good Christian's actor is because I was like, I mean,
that shit was fucking.
I believed him.
I believe him too,
bro.
The writing was so smart that how they did that. They didn't show you what they were talking about inside the ball until they got there.
Yeah. My thing is, I really, you have to kind of just suspend disbelief that all these people are there in the first place because the hit sticks from the TVA put Deadpool Wolverine there for fucking with the timeline, but all these other people who are there are just people they just wanted to use again. They're not people who fuck with the timeline at all. Like, why were any of these other people pruned? And then even in the movie, they were just like, oh, their time was over or whatever. Like, what? It didn't make sense why they were there. It didn't, because how is that where you go when you're pruned, but it's all these other people who clearly weren't pruned? Like, even Cassandra, like, all right, she died in the womb. How did she manipulate the timeline and get sent there? None of that makes sense why anybody else was there, pretty much, except for that.
They said that they sent her there as a kid.
That's why. Yeah.
They said that she was sent there as a baby, as a child.
She tried to kill Charles. That's why.
And they sent
why would that
her
send them there? Like, it doesn't make sense. sense.
I
but,
guess it was the TVA.
like, why would Johnny be pruned? It doesn't. It's just weird. It's just there's just I don't know. I obviously who cares? It's just to get them there for the fan service moments. But that's part of why I feel like this doesn't mean they're back, because I feel like there's shit like that they need to care about making sense when you get to films that are more serious than a Deadpool film, or keep up that action, because there's previous films that have had these kind of problems and they get picked apart and we shit all over them because they're boring and you just all the plot holes and all that shit is just right there in the face and it's really obvious. But then this movie had so much fan service and so much great action. It's like, yeah, the storyline was but who cares? It was fun. When the smoke settles and the dust clears and like down the line you think about it, some of the shit is going to matter, that they kind of had some loopholes, hiccups along the way, that I hope that they like once they get out of this multiverse shit kind of clear up. And I hope that they kind of start to care about, because that was a big problem Fox had. They did X-Men movie after X-Men movie where all the timelines didn't make any sense. They threw in characters who shouldn't have been there, took out characters who should have been there, and they were like, man, who cares? They're mutants doing cool stuff. No one cares.
Yeah.
But that whole thing with her though, like I guess she explained it. I think she was saying that in the womb she was trying to kill Charles.
Yeah.
So
they switched up the origin. Like she was technically an alien, but that's not what they were going to do in the movie, which is fine.
Nah. And then like she wouldn't have left the void in the first place if it wasn't for Pyro. You know what I'm saying? Because she was happy in the void, but she found out Pyro was trying to kill her for Paradox. So that's why she got pissed in the first place and wanted to have the void be the only thing in existence so she could rule it. You know what I mean? So I kind of like where they went with her story, but again, back to Elektra. Damn, I'm thinking about it now. Like, man, maybe she didn't fit. Because she should have been dead. Juggernaut alone would have killed her. Sabretooth would have killed her.
Bro, like, it just, in the heat of battle, those katanas can only block but so much. I can understand. And here's the thing.
And not even katana, bro. They size. They're small.
Yeah, bro. They size, like, the size itself, bro. So here's the thing. Like, all right, I get it. Even with the fan service of basically bringing Gambit in, that fucking fight scene was phenomenal. I loved it. He was fucking killing it. Yeah. But there was one thing that I noticed, and Vinny, we talked about this also. This is clearly why that suit in live action does not translate well.
That was.
It doesn't. It looked more.
Gambit was one of those. Look, see what would happen. Like that's like if everything.
We gave you that suit in live action.
They played it up like from his voice, from his accent to the suit. They were like, "See, some of the shit we gotta change because look at this shit."
Yeah.
I liked it. I fuck with it, but
I liked it, bro.
It was kind of silly.
It just, you know what it was? It was the suit. It was the neck. It was basically the cowl. The cowl looked.
It made his head look fat.
The cowl was too big, bro.
And the joint on his chest looked plastic. It looked like a Halloween costume from the 80s. It was like super shiny. It just was weird.
I think if the cowl was made from like a claw instead of like plastic looking shit, it would have looked more like
it looked like So Toys made his fucking outfit.
Well, the So Toys outfit looks better than that, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, that should look better than that. Because I got that shit on the shelf right there. Bro. That So Toys outfit is pooping on the movie outfit, to be honest with you. Just to be honest.
They thought of So Toys was like, yo, can we get this shit on the budget?
Word.
When I watch it again, I definitely I'm gonna need subs too. I don't know half the shit he said, and everybody was laughing. I was like, I don't know what the fuck.
But you know what? I love the simple fact that Deadpool made such a fucking mockery of that shit, and called. He was like, "Yo, who was your dialect coach, bro?" Like, this shit. It was fucking. But bro, I could have went a whole fucking film hearing him say "baby knife" every time he used it, because that shit was fucking fun. That's yo,
We go baby knife.
Taika Waititi. That's how you do fucking humor, bro.
Yeah.
That's how you do that
But
shit.
there was a Taika Waititi moment, gag in it. Yo, that fucking dog was like almost as bad as them goats. I get it, yo. I get it. You like the dog. They could have cut at least 7 minutes out of this movie of him making out with the dog, man. It was too much. Too much.
The dog was disgusting.
The dog, I couldn't. The
It was too
constant
much.
looking, and he would had that motherfucker look at him in his mouth, bro. I was like,
Running out of slow motion, like, all right, man, we get it, man. It's
that was hard,
bro. When you watch it again, the one thing I want you to watch, and the shit that's funny as fuck, is during this particular scene, like right here, this shit was fucking dope as fuck.
Yeah.
I loved
the
it.
wife in the front.
Yeah, this shit was fucking dope. And when they went nuts and he finally put the cow on, that shit was fucking crazy.
When he put the cow on, I was like, oh.
Bro.
And then the Leafos, no feet.
Yeah, bro, the Liefeld, Bob Liefeld, no feet. But here's the thing. Pay attention to Cowboy Pool, bro. When he basically got on the bus, when he was on the bus, well, yeah, that was Matthew McConaughey. But when he was on the fucking bus and was running, bro, you got to focus on him the entire time. The shit was fucking hilarious, bro.
I was run from Deadpool. And
bro.
He was like, oh shit, he tried to run.
Bro, this shit was fucking
I'm sure there's plenty of them doing funny shit. Like every time you watch it, you can watch somebody different to see how they came at him.
Yo. Bro. Fucking baby knife. I laughed my ass off. I couldn't hold my. It was just something about baby knife, bro. Like it was just funny as fuck.
I think my favorite joke had no reference. It wasn't fourth wall or nothing. I don't know why I found it so fucking funny. But when he went in that cornfield and he tried to leave with the dog, and he was like, "I'm sorry, the corn's too dense," and he just turned around like it was almost like a part of a map that you couldn't go in a video game, where like you can clearly just walk through this area, but it's blocked off, and he just kind of like rotated.
He just faded
in. That was so funny.
Like, sorry, the corn is too dense. Like, bro,
bro, like
so stupid.
It was so fucking, bro. The movie, this movie was definitely needed. It was a definitely needed type of film.
Yeah, man.
For the MCU.
Yeah.
For them to say, you know what, it's a breath of fresh air in the current climate of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
We need to give you something like this. You need to laugh. You need to basically feel these emotions. You need to see the action that you needed to see. Bro, that whole fucking montage when he was getting the suit and the motherfucker kept smacking his ass, bro, that shit had me dying.
Kept grabbing his crotch.
Yeah, bro, that shit had me fucking losing my mind, bro.
When they first came out and said this was rated R, like my thing was, all right, man, watch is gonna be he's just gonna swear, and then that's it. They get their R rating just from saying F-bomb a couple times. But like in motion watching it, they took out some of the like more obviously the graphic scenes of them doing like, sex stuff or pegging and all that kind of stuff, and just made it stuff that he says where like it'll go over a kid's head if there's like an adult innuendo joke. But it's tough to bring your kid to like something where like they're showing the shit, but it's different if it's just them talking shit and then violence and language. Because most people they don't give a shit if their kid sees violence or hears language, but it's when they're seeing shit like sex and stuff, that's when they have a problem. So they were smart enough to make it where there wasn't really no sex scenes. Everything else was just implied or language.
Yeah, definitely.
Your boy Peter.
So So Oberticus, were you upset at the simple fact that you didn't get a Spider-Man cameo in this, bro?
I got enough. I got enough.
You was good. You was straight.
Yeah, I was good with it. I was good. That was good.
He did flip in the ride. He was flipping.
Bro, they want to do a movie with him. They said they want to do a movie where they beat up on Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of that talk. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That could be a running thing. Like a Deadpool and Spider-Man film would hit too.
And
that would hit. That definitely would hit.
The Incredible Hulk thing too. They want to do. That's in the works. They said. But Hulk and Wolverine fight. So
all in all, like even this patch scene was pretty dope. I love to stem through the actual multiverse, seeing the different versions of it. But I even think, like I said, the beats, like you were right, Vinny, that was, just the car scene, because it was just straight rapid fire. Hugh Jackman was cooking the entire time and didn't stop. He
It
was
wasn't a
cooking
back and forth thing where he said something serious and Deadpool made a joke. The fact that they were smart enough to have him speechless is
Yep.
He took over, bro. He took
and the
over,
only
man.
thing Deadpool was like, I think I'm
couldn't
going to
say
fight
nothing.
you now. He
Yeah,
said, I'm
right.
going to fight you now. And
What,
that
you
was
got
it.
nothing to say? Mouth?
You're-
Like, yo,
Right.
I was
Yeah.
like, yo, that was like dad talking to you, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you ain't got shit
Right.
else to say. Bro, that shit was fucking hilarious, man. I think
When have you ever seen Deadpool shut up? Like,
Yep.
never.
that's the first time I've seen him in the comics and on film where he like, damn,
Yep.
I got nothing to do but fight you.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, damn, bro. I was like, I wish they would have utilized both Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Colossus, but I understand why they didn't. We got them the first two films. They wanted to give room for, pretty much other characters to shine, and it made perfectly good sense. In the end, that they did that. I like how they used Peter, bro, and they said that in any universe, Peter is just that cool dude.
They all loved him.
Yeah.
They all love Peter, bro. So definitely, like, again, I thought that was like a nice touch. I thought it was dope, bro. I really, really thought, that the movie,
Dude,
really,
his package was going through his damn suit. It's like, dude, you might as well just start. You just might as well just shirt cock it. You just straight shirt cocking it.
That was funny as hell, dog.
no Diddy.
No Diddy.
Nah, man, that is straight up shirt cock.
Nah, but
Do something else, man. That shit is ridiculous.
Your girl. What's my girl?
Stand on business.
The one left in charge of the TVA. Loki put her in charge. She was H.
What'd you say?
What was her name?
Who?
I think
The
so.
one
H,
that
yeah.
Loki left in charge of the TVA. Her name was H.
Who?
The one that was trying to rap with Peter at the end.
I fucking forget her name. I know you're
Homegirl
talking
from
about.
Loki, though.
Yeah.
I
I
forget her name.
I
forget her
definitely
name.
forget her name, but I know exactly who you're talking
Been
about.
on a hell of shit. I just don't know.
Bad movie,
B-15,
dog.
yeah. What
B-15,
her
yeah,
actual-
yeah. Yeah, she was
you,
trying to
Tyler.
holler at Peter. She was
was
like,
on
yo, you
Peter.
look good
She
in
was
that
on Peter.
suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was trying to get at Peter in that. I wouldn't be surprised if she
She was trying
did.
to get
But
Peter's Peter.
yeah, it was definitely, bro.
Bro, chill out.
She was trying to get
I
Peter's
need
Peter.
this. I definitely need this. I need this right here. I need that brown suit. They need to give us that
Bro,
brown
I
suit,
hope
bro.
they drop that, dog.
They
And
need
this
to give us
almost-
that brown
This almost
suit.
pissed me off because I'm like, don't Krasinski me and show me this because you don't plan to ever do it again. Don't fuck with
Right.
me. I need the brown and
Dude.
tan. I always said, like when they brought in whoever was going to be the new Wolverine, that's when you do the suit because the new Wolverine is going to get so much shit for not being Hugh Jackman. So what better way to get him accepted than to have him rock the suit? Next best thing, give him the brown and tan.
Give him the cow.
Differentiate him from what Jackman just did and let him be his own thing with the brown and tan. I almost wish they didn't show it so that way they saved it for when we got the new Logan.
Yeah.
Well, from what I was told about a week last week, all I can say about this image we're looking at, all I can say is wink, wink.
I hope we get the cow.
That's all I can say right now. I don't know. Take that with a large grain of salt, but wink, wink.
So it's on its way.
Dude, we need
wink,
that.
wink.
I'm happy I'm getting this right here. I'm definitely happy I'm getting this right here that this is coming.
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy about this because this looks incredible. I love seeing it on screen. It was fucking phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
But
and his kid was
his daughter. His daughter was Kidpool.
Was Kidpool, yeah.
And his and they also had the baby there as well.
Baby Pool,
and yeah.
That's dope, man. He had his whole family in there. It's crazy, yo.
Yeah,
that
bro. I think they did such a special job with this film. And it was a feel good type of moment, bro. Like it felt good. And I will definitely say that it felt good, that they decided to, give us this,
And it was a strong third act too. Sometimes
Yeah.
Marvel drops the ball in the third act. That they finished strong because you had this fight. I mean, obviously you had to. I mean, there's no way they would have beat that many
Yeah.
Deadpools at once. They don't take
Yeah.
that long to
it was
heal.
strong. Yeah.
I mean,
bro.
like Deadpool, like Ryan Reynolds Deadpool was like fighting back and forth with Wolverine. So they're not zombies where it takes them a minute to get back up. Anyways, it still was fire. That scene was incredible, and then transition to the kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 type. Both together, they were able to avoid being destroyed.
I think that was very intentional on their end to
Absolutely.
do that.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I was kind of laughing. I'm like, "Are you guys doing that?" Yeah, you guys are doing
They're
that.
doing the Power Stone
They're
joint.
doing
Yeah.
it.
But
Highly
and then-
intentional. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he had he had the cowl on still, even though his shit was all ripped up. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Very
that's
intentional. Very
that's
intentional.
that's fire.
But you know what? Hugh Jackman, bro, he did,
my man said he ate chickens, mad chickens.
Yeah. He
for
gave
like months.
to get that shredded, bro. And here's the thing. He did give shout out to Hugh Jackman because he definitely wanted to give somebody love. He did definitely want to give
that's what's
Roberticus
up.
some love.
Thank God I have this drink and this wine.
He did want to give.
I hope he checked the bed before he laid down.
Yeah, he did.
Right behind his head.
He did. He gave a special shout out, to Roberticus. It was
Why does it smell like coconut?
Yeah, some brown and tan, all right.
I gotta mention one thing. My only little itty bitty little teeny gripe. I wish we could have saw a flashback with Logan's X-Men team being killed. The reason why he went the way he did.
Yes, just to give a little extra.
Just a little bit.
I hate to say it. Then the humans came. You mean the Sentinels? Why wouldn't you say the Sentinels? Because no human mob is storming the mansion and killing them.
Well, maybe they would have had. I don't know. Maybe they.
And also, it didn't really make like
The
him,
FOH?
him going Ronin style afterwards. Maybe be guilty about that. But like, all right, how many times are you off on another mission and X-Men are attacked? Why now are you upset? You could have been running to the store for a snack. It's like it wasn't that serious. Like
I think it was at the bar soaking in his feelings when he shouldn't. Maybe that.
He was out
that was weird. Like you're not with them all the time. Like that was odd. And they could have said, I don't know. It's weird. They could have said that they were attacked. To say that like the humans came, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's to imply that that's who he killed. Defenseless
maybe the
human.
FOH. They came with some weapons like the executioner had or something like that. I don't know, bro. But like
power dampeners and shit like that.
Right.
You know what I thought would have been pretty dope if they would have did it that way, and I think would have made a lot of sense, is if they would have somehow tied this in to Wolverine and what actually happened with X-Men 97 on Genosha.
Yeah.
If they would have tied that in with him not being there,
that would have been a doper story.
Yeah, because that was Cassandra too. Like that was the reason why.
That was Cassandra Nova,
right?
Which would make a lot of sense.
Pulled that, yeah,
and tied that together as if his regret was that he wasn't there to save,
to
help them, and that would have been fueling his anger to kill her. You know what I mean? Based on the situation, and that would have definitely been a nice tie-in, but of course, because of the writing and the writer's strike, we know that a lot of things got modified. They still had this done, but we know that they had to kind of delay a couple of things. But yeah, I thought that definitely would have made a lot of sense if they would have did that, and I think it would have been incredible. Shout out to my man Ray, Big Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys, man. All day, we got all day, every day. Ray, who actually Ray did make an appearance. He was at a bodega in this movie. He just didn't tell nobody. He was like, "Yo, Leo, don't tell nobody I wasn't eating pizza, during the set." He was like, "I was actually in the Rob Liefeld No Feet shop. I just, I just didn't want." So shout out to Ray for letting me know he was on set.
Leo's favorite type of shop with no feet.
No feet.
I just
Hell
like
yeah,
how
no feet.
they-
Yo, did they explain in the film how long the universe will die after its anchor dies? Because I've
1,000
read that it
years.
takes thousands of years,
1,000
and
years.
and Deadpool was just impatient. But I don't think they actually said it in the film. For y'all who've seen it twice, do they?
Yeah,
Said
they
what?
said 1,000 years.
How long is it supposed to take for the universe to die after the anchor dies?
1,000
Because
years.
Deadpool was acting like he had to save his peoples right away, but
Well,
all the
remember
people-
they said it would
all
take up
his
to
friends
about
are gonna be dying.
1,000
Up to
years, but
1,000 years. And he
it was
said he had to
1,000
wait.
years. But to the TVA, you know that time is different for them.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like
So
He
it's
had
like-
like a day or minutes from
Yeah.
when the
So
So
TVA
what would
perspective.
seem like to Deadpool, if he was in that world, it would feel like it's 1,000 years. But for the TVA, because of how they depict and see things,
Yeah.
it's in a matter of minutes.
it's a matter of
So
minutes, yeah.
it's him
But
trying to
which-
stop that shit.
But that's
Yeah.
odd though, because Logan in his verse had, well, I guess Old Man Logan wasn't his verse, but there wasn't. Was there even a Logan in Deadpool's universe? Was that one of the ones he went to first? Because the world that Logan was
Pink
in,
Himalayan.
the world that Logan was in, an Old Man Logan. His corpse had been rotted for years, and that universe was there.
Yo, I swear to
Well, that-
God, I'm
I
going to
think that's a
petition
different one.
Marvel Roberticus. I swear to God, I don't know who I got to do this to, who I have to send this to, but I'm gonna get you in a Marvel film. I have to get you in some type of fucking film.
So we beat you to it, Leo, because
So-
you didn't see me this weekend. If you go and look at my name here, I did play a variant.
Negro pool.
I played Negro Pool.
Negro pool.
You might have saw
Yeah.
me back there with the dreads.
Yeah.
You may not, but
Hey y'all should have been in the theater with us, bro. The funniest shit happened before the film started. The funniest shit happened before the film started. Every fucking trailer that Vinny was trying to dodge was actually in front of this film. Bro, yo, I kept turning. They would play a trailer and Vinny would be like this.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Vinny, that's
Bro,
part of the
every
movie,
trailer
bro.
that he
Is it-
was trying to dodge
I-
was in his
I
film.
thank God I have so much practice at this shit because I was able to tune so much of that shit out. I was just
Wow.
talking to people next to me on one side or next to me on the other side, just tuning it out. It just was like chiller after chill, and I'm like, yo, why is this
You
Cat
donate
trailer
the
8
figure
minutes?
or
Why
what
is
time you
Alien
need
trailer
that?
17 minutes? Yo, you're showing the whole fucking film.
Bro.
what
Every-
are we talking about here, man? Wait a minute. Hold on. Slow down.
Hold on, what do you say?
I want to figure. Hook me up. Hook me up.
Hold on, what you mean? What you mean you'll donate one? What you talking about? What you talking about, Hawkwards? What you talking about, Ray? What you talking about, brother?
My birthday's in like 4 months, 5 months.
No, man, I got a birthday in 2 weeks. Fuck with me. Fuck with me.
Damn, right.
You can't say
So-
stuff like that to free collectors at
All in
one place.
all, bro, I was definitely excited about this film. I mean, I think
Yeah, man.
I think they did a good job.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, he said if Bob make that figure. I thought it was definitely incredible, man, and I loved it, and I'm definitely excited to see where they're gonna go next, what's gonna happen. But I'm on board with it. I'm definitely on board with it. Moving on, and then just what you gonna say?
Oh, never mind. Go ahead. We can talk about it another time.
What were you gonna say?
Do you think they keep the anchor thing going and add that to importance in future films?
Well, here's the thing, because
616 anchor. Like, do they
Because-
think they play up who's the anchor in 616?
because
they
she
will.
did say, based on the simple fact that they saved their world and they saw a change, that they might use them and to keep an eye out. So we don't know how it's going to be, but I definitely know we're going to see both Deadpool, because again, Kevin Feige said he has no plans on recasting right now Hugh Jackman or Wolverine.
Yep.
Hate
He
it.
said he didn't say Hugh Jackman. He said Wolverine right now.
Wolverine.
So I don't know what they're going to do. Is this something that we can actually see? I don't know.
That boy
But-
said-
Another fucking buddy cop time drama. Fuck them. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We got to basically see. So I don't know, but I think
The Batman, that shit made that some separate shit over there. We need new X-Men.
do like a
Come on. Wait,
Elseworld type of
we're
situation.
not getting a 5 foot.
Move on.
I don't
on.
expect 5 foot, 5'3", 5'5". It don't have to be 6'5". Let it go, Jason. That man is 70 years old.
Moving it on.
You know how
Let's
hard
talk
it is for
about-
a 70-year-old to get 8-pack abs?
No,
Let him
no.
be. Let him do his musicals.
Listen, he did it, bro. He
Mhm.
did
He
it.
did. He did all that. He
That
retired
man-
and said, "Nah, I'm turning
did.
number 45. I'm a this
That
part
man
two,
did.
motherfucker."
He's 5 years older than me and looks fucking like
It's amazing.
crazy, bro. Moving on real quick because I do want to get to these things real quick. We had Hall H, Comic-Con this weekend, definitely San Diego Comic-Con, and it was not a lot announced on Friday. Okay, we're going to get to the main event shortly, but first off, what they talked about first, of course, was the Captain America: Brave New World, in which they did reveal who Giancarlo Esposito's character is.
Sidewinder.
Vinny, I don't know if you want to know, or did you know?
I heard.
Yeah, so definitely it is Sidewinder. He is the king of the Serpent Society.
Mhm.
And they're doing a totally different take. So, of course, we are not going to get Sidewinder, the
Comic book version.
comic book version.
Yeah.
But it was crazy how, if you look at him, and people didn't notice this, that he was dressed in the colors.
Yeah, he did have them on. Yep.
He definitely did wear the colors. So shout out to him. So we got a chance to, everybody, they said he told everybody just never guessed who his character was. It's going to be interesting to see where they take this. They talked about that we are going to get a practical version of the leader. So we will see him with the full whatever. So they did talk about that.
Oh, he's not having the big head.
Yeah, they're gonna give him the big head and everything.
They
But they
are
talked.
giving it to him. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
they showed a trailer, but of course we didn't get a chance to see it. But they did. I'm not gonna talk about what they showed. Vinny's here, but they did show some things. They expanded on it even more. But it was funny because Harrison Ford was like, "Yo, I saw how these great actors were coming into the MCU, and I was like, yeah, I got to get a piece of that."
He's scaring me. He is scaring me because that motherfucker's been happy in all these fucking interviews.
Yeah, bro.
Like, he's
fucking having fun, bro.
He's having fun. He's making jokes,
Wars.
and I'm like, yo, he
Star
actually
Wars.
looks like he wants to be there. What the fuck did they drug him with? Yo,
Bruh.
his money don't work.
He said
Bruh.
anything but fucking Lucasfilm.
Bro.
Yep, I guess so. Yeah.
I definitely think that's what he said, bro, because when they did interviews, he said it twice. He was like, yo, I got a chance to see how these actors, these amazing actors, were coming over here and they were having so much fun and they were just like open. He was like, yo, I need to get me some of that. You know what I mean? And they brought him in. He did give like a personal shout out to William Hurt. So definitely he did, say that, again, he knows that he can't be a better version. He's just going to be his own version, but he definitely wants to pay homage to William Hurt. And yeah, he was definitely excited about it, bro. Did the Hulk pose on stage. It was fucking phenomenal. He was incredibly happy about it. So I fucking cannot wait for this movie. They didn't really talk about too much, but they did spill the beans on certain things. But I'm definitely happy about it and what we're going to actually see.
Hell, the leader is back. I haven't seen this motherfucker since goddamn Seven or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So we get to see where his story finally goes from here. We know that the Fox acquisition just happened recently in the last couple years, so they're just now finally getting over to this, and I think this also will open up some doors for some new and creative stories to be told in the Incredible Hulk realm of things when it comes to the MCU. So really hoping for that down the line.
Don't ever get to tell them in an actual Hulk movie, which fucking sucks.
See, but I thought that was something that was going to be ameliorated once they would purchase the Fox thing.
No, Hulk isn't Fox. Hulk was Universal.
So I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they haven't purchased Universal.
And they could still put out a Hulk movie, but they would have to give half the profit to Universal. I thought Hulk was under the Fox license, but there was rumors that it was supposed to revert back, and I don't think it actually did.
Bro.
Yeah, him and Namor are basically part of that universe, so that's pretty much why right now
it's the only thing they don't have.
Yeah.
Oh man, all this the Hulk talk got me wanting to masturbate.
No did it.
Did he? No, did he?
Bruh.
Next up,
I hope. Listen,
we
I
got.
pray that we get that from Brave New World, dog. I'm praying that we get an Isaiah Bradley flashback. I hope
We
that
probably will. It's just definitely like a wait and see type of situation. They didn't have Isaiah there today. They didn't really
Yeah.
that day, but they didn't really talk too much about it. But
Mhm.
he did. They seemed excited about where it was going, and Kevin Feige was there as well. He was excited about it. Next up, we actually have the Thunderbolts. So they were talking about the Thunderbolts. The other character that wasn't there, was the chick. What is her name? Olga, whatever, who basically plays Taskmaster. She wasn't there. I don't know if she's going to be in the movie or not, but I guess she is. I'm not really sure. Don't know. They didn't really say
Who
too much.
cares?
I hope not.
But
Fucking Taskmaster.
Yeah. Let somebody else be. Give us the real task.
Goddamn, give it to the goddamn dude. Let Mr. What is it? Masters? Go ahead, just give
Right.
some random
It
fucking
was
dude.
a
Put
dude
him in
the
there.
whole time,
I,
and then
I,
when they
I
unmasked it,
actually,
it was
you
her.
know what? To be quite honest, bro, I want to see where the story goes, and I want to see her. I definitely want. If you're going to introduce her and bring her in,
You
I
better
definitely
go
want to see how
fucking.
she's going to fit in that story. So I
That'll be
do
a
Don't
want
do no
to.
half measures, full measures. Might as well.
You know what I mean?
well,
I do want to see basically what they're going to do with it. Who knows? They might change it, but the ghost was actually there. We got a chance to see Florence Pugh. We got a chance to basically see, she's in when they talked about it.
That's the
Who was the
stand.
standout? Everybody was like, she was. We know that the girl standing next to the director is basically partnering with Ventessa, Valentina, whatever her name is, from the film itself. And when it asked who, I forget his name, Pullman's name was, he said it's just Bob. He said my name is just Bob. So we already know who he's talking about.
Mhm.
Didn't want to go too much into that. But again, talking about the movie, I think it's supposed to come out in May. I think May 25th. So that's right after.
Thunderbolts is this spring, like upcoming spring, right? And there's still no leak for Century. That's amazing.
Yeah, no leak.
Huh.
All they said it wasn't the young guy. It was another guy. Yeah, but
It's
that's
this
it.
dude right here. His name
Which
is
one?
Bob. So if he's calling himself Bob, it's Robert Reynolds.
Robert Reynolds.
Oh, and the blue
Yeah.
and white.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's who they said. I mean, that's mainly who he is. So we know
I'm
that.
amazed they didn't put him in a yellow shirt.
Right.
So yeah, they got through this, of course, so that was definitely part of the Hall H presentation.
Hall
And
H.
then we got to the Fantastic Four, which the footage that they showed,
That looked
Vinny,
pretty cool.
I'm not
All I
gonna
seen
go
was the still of Mr. G.
bro.
I liked it.
Now, mind you, Vinny, the trailer or the snippet that they showed,
Mhm.
it's not something that's actually going to be in the movie. It was a separate snippet. But what they wanted you to basically see is the world, in how the interpretation of the world itself, and it looked good. It definitely did look good as fuck. They showed the flying car.
Mhm.
They actually showed so it's set in the 1960s, a futuristic version of the 1960s in that particular realm.
Mhm.
Right.
And it looked good. You got a chance to definitely see and then they showed basically a snippet of Galactus.
Yeah.
In it.
That's the one still I seen.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
looked pretty good. It looked pretty
Yeah.
damn good. But of course, people were like, well, damn, he's too small. But it just depends on what we're looking at. And remember, he can modify his
He
size.
can change his size, so I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, you can
Not really
change the
worried about
size.
that. He modifies his size on numerous occasions. I
Yeah.
did like seeing the actors hit the stage. Definitely, you can tell that Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal have a lot of chemistry, and that's the thing is, I wanted to see
That was
the
very
family-
deliberate and intelligent on
Yeah.
their part.
exactly,
Sure.
very deliberate and intelligent. And I think, and just looking at them right now, bro, they definitely look like a family unit. It looks like,
Yeah.
and the chemistry that they give off, I think is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Vanessa Kirby, man. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That is such an important casting because
yeah,
so many of the times before, like Sue was like someone they didn't nail. Like that had to be really important that she looked beautiful and intelligent, and I feel like that's perfect. Beautiful, intelligent, and chemistry with Reed. That's they.
She looked a little.
I can't wait to see what they do.
They nailed it. They definitely nailed it, bro. And she does give off that Sue Storm vibe. And bro, she's what'd you say, bro?
It's a little too slim for Sue for me, because Namor.
What?
I don't know.
Bro, she's the right size for Sue. What?
Well, no, Sue and Sue had a little bit more.
Bro, and you know it always depends on the artist's interpretation.
Yeah, depending on the artist. Yeah, she's drawing thick sometimes.
Never draw them the same way, bro. Like she's not as I'm don't make her too Diesel, bro. Don't do that.
Yeah. No, not too Diesel.
No, not like Jessica Alba is more like how they draw in the comics nowadays. But I don't believe Jessica Alba's ever seen a test tube before. So like I'm with Vanessa. She looks intelligent.
Yeah, she definitely does, bro. She does give you that.
Because the girl is pretty, she is dumb.
Bro, it's not just because she's pretty. Have you seen Jessica Alba talk?
Bro. Oh yeah, true. True. Bro, you killed me with that. I almost fell out of my chair, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But and they did definitely show, and it was so everything up until this particular point, I believe, during San Diego Comic-Con, especially with this right here, was intentional.
I think
it was highly intentional. And the reason why I say it was intentional because of course we know they made the announcement that the Russo brothers were returning for both Secret Wars, which we knew.
Yes, sir.
But now the title is with the first film, which is Avengers 5, is Avengers Doomsday. Now,
bro, I'm a little man.
Wait, hold up, bro. Let me set this up before you start talking, bro.
Okay, he got to set the table first.
I got to set the table for it. My bad. Again, we got the previews, or we got they made the announcement of again Doomsday. Right after they made the announcement of Secret, and Secret Wars, and the way the presentation was and what they said was, again, they made it a point. Now, I do want to set this up, is that they did make a point to mention the multiverse, right? Because I know where everybody's going to go with it, but they made the announcement and they brought a whole bunch of Doom individuals who were dressed up as Doom on stage. And once they parted the Red Sea, they said that this is the actor that they thought could pull off Victor Von Doom, right? And they did say Victor Von Doom. They didn't say Tony Stark as a variant of Victor Von Doom. They said Victor Von Doom, which in my mind is going to definitely come from this particular reality here that we're seeing from their from their world, their timeline.
616.
So, of course, we know with that announcement brought us the announcement of Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. And the internet went fucking nuts, both good and bad.
Yeah.
Good in the sense that a lot of people, we had known, in one way or another, one shape, form or another, they were going to basically bring back Robert Downey Jr. Either it was Iron Man or whatever character it was. But they decided to bring him back as, I think, their universe, the Fantastic Four's universe of, their version of Victor Von Doom. This is what I'm thinking, right? But they brought him back on stage, and of course, the internet went nuts. People were like, yay. Some people were like, fuck no. It's some people said it was lazy. Some people said it was desperation. I'm going to hold off on my opinion on it. I'm just going to let y'all talk first, but I'm going to go with Huberticus first. What did you think when they made this announcement? What were your thoughts?
I just think it's genius in my opinion. Is you're subverting expectations, you're subverting perceptions and overall agreements that have been made between the audience and the filmmakers themselves. I think this puts us in all the viewers and as well as the filmmakers in a position where we all have to take it another level in terms of um not being such lazy spectators on our part. And not saying that's what we do here on the panel. 'Cause I think we're probably 2% of the actual people who go and watch these films as far as using your brain while watching them. Um, that's a whole other aspect of it. But I think it's really, really exciting. I think this is very, very, very fucking bold. And it's really going to take them to execute on levels that maybe they haven't done before or that we might be used to, um, in terms of maybe the end game or the Infinity War levels of weaving stories and writing. So I'm choosing to be very excited about this. We know that there are stories between these two characters, right? Between Victor Von Doom and Tony Stark, whether that is in What If or actual canon Marvel Universe stories, that there is a link between these two characters. And I think that this is a fantastic way to kind of explore the link between these two characters. And why not link them here with the on-screen actor that played Iron Man, Tony Stark, and then now Victor Von Doom. So I think if it's done properly and executed very well, which we have remains to be seen, I think if that happens, man, all these complaints is just gonna wash away. Will wash away in time. Most of the stuff that people are saying will probably wash away. Hell, we got 2 weeks. They're letting us stew in all of our thoughts for 2 weeks, and they might give us a little bit more a morsel of details in D23. Although I'm expecting most of that stuff is going to be about the Disney Plus shows and their television aspects of things when it comes to Marvel, and possibly Star Wars. So we'll see when it comes to that. So honestly, I'm excited. I'm choosing to be excited. I'm choosing to move forward with optimism. And yeah, like I said, we're back and we got a plan and we're going forward with it. Here we are. Let's go.
Got it. Before we go to Vinny, Jason, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
Um, I am generally excited to see RDJ back. I love him as Iron Man. Um, I love the fact that I call him the bounce back kid in Hollywood because when everybody counted him out, he came and played Iron Man from the very beginning and killed it. So I was sad to see him leave as Iron Man, but then him back as Doom, I wanted the other guy from Oppenheimer. To be honest with you, is from Doom, the guy that played Oppenheimer. That's what I wanted.
Cillian
Honestly,
Murphy.
Murphy, yeah.
Yeah.
But
If they do a certain
if they do
storyline,
it,
they're going to
yeah,
need
but
to have an extra person to play that person. So
right.
I think that role is still up for grabs. That's what I think a lot of people are missing because
Mm,
a lot of people don't read. So here we
mm,
are, and that's
mm.
why we do this show on Monday.
Because
Uh,
see,
so
but it's like, but with that, I know in the books that Doom wore the Iron Man suit and made it his own, and then Stark was as was Doom for a little while, the whole
yeah,
Bendis run and all that stuff.
yep,
So I
which
get
is
that.
fantastic, by the way. Go
Right,
check that out.
right. Especially
Infamous
that,
Iron Man,
especially when Doom wore the Iron Man suit and had the cape and the hood on and everything. The silver suit
bro.
was raw.
I remember he like dropped that. I forget. It was like I think it was Liberia or someplace that was like ravaged, and he like dropped down in the suit, and
Yeah,
like there was kids like aiming guns at him,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
he used his magnetism to like pull the guns. He's like, "Go to
Dude,
school," and the kids were like, "What school?" And like their whole town, their whole
listen,
place has been destroyed. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
there's a lot of
He
great
took that
portions in
he
that
took that
realm,
Iron Man suit to the next level when he wore it. So I get that. But my only wish is when they do have Robert Downey play it, I don't want to see his face. Or you got to have his face messed up under the mask, that so he's unrecognizable. I have no problem with if they do that. You know what I'm saying? Because they did say he was Victor
So
Von Doom, so we all know that Victor Von Doom's face is trash underneath the mask, or in some instances his face can't even come away from the mask because it's connected to the mask. So
so do you think that them in a sense showing him or showing his face as Victor Von Doom, but you're seeing Robert Downey Jr. can actually, you think that it's going to be a bit confusing for a lot of people who, now here's the thing.
no, not if he does. I have faith in his acting. So
Yeah.
I don't. I already know the
Yeah.
man. He's a man of a thousand faces and voices, pretty much. So I just don't want to see RDJ. You know what I'm saying? Like just like they did the Penguin for Batman.
Mhm.
They could do the same thing for RDJ. Make him unrecognizable as Doom. You just know the skill. Your actor's skill is gonna be off the charts
Yeah.
because that's what he does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't want the pretty boy Tony Stark looking Victor Von Doom that we got in the Fantastic Four Fox movies. You know what I'm saying? I want
Yeah.
Doom to have his mug all the way effed up, or he can't
Yeah.
take the mask off at all. That's what I
When you
want.
guys read Doom, do you hear an accent? Like,
Oh
what do you
yeah,
guys hear when you
Black
read Doom?
period.
Yeah,
Black period.
I definitely do. I definitely
Yeah, he
do.
has an
I
accent.
Is it
definitely
going to
do.
be like a thick European accent? Like, how do you guys hear it in your
No,
minds? You
almost
guys have been reading
almost
Doom for years, so
Well,
almost
I'm gonna
from
ask you.
Russian or Czechoslovakian or
Okay,
like Russian, Czech, maybe Turkish accent, something thick.
yeah, I mean, because
You know,
Latvian,
Latvia's in
again,
that area,
yeah,
in
it's
that
definitely in
region.
that area, but they did say that, the intent was to basically have it more of almost damn near bridging a Turkish or Middle Eastern,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
That's how I
accent, but
read Doom when
more
I
so
read it.
Russian. Yeah,
That's how I
but
read the Doom.
so, and Vinny, I'm gonna go to you on this one too, but before I do, because like I said, I mean, depending on, because there's multiple different stories, and I know there's a couple of stories that actually came up. One was, Demon in Armor, of course.
Demon Armor, yeah,
um when he basically, instead of you know Victor rooming with, of course,
Reed
Reed
Richards.
Richards, he actually
Reed
roomed
Richards,
with Tony Stark.
with Tony
Yeah.
Stark,
um
right?
so more of like a what if type of situation, and that
Yeah,
story was a bit complex, but I love
yeah,
how they did the story. It made
yeah.
sense.
Right.
But we know, and again, we have to keep this in mind, that this is the MCU, and I'll wait till you get done before I actually get my take on this, whatever. But what are your thoughts on this announcement?
Um, I'm approaching this with tempered negativity. Um, I wish I could just be like, oh yay, like you know, Robert Downey Jr. is back and throw my panties on the stage like so many other RGJ stands, and that's great
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
so many people are, he's beloved, and I
yeah,
absolutely get that. And when you take billions, probably people who love him as an actor, as Iron Man, and you probably have hundreds of thousands who love Doom because they haven't really ever got a very,
very good Doom.
great live action adaptation, and he's only
Hmm.
been the Doom that Doom readers and Doom lovers and Fantastic Four readers
Right.
have ever been able to appreciate him in comic form and in a lot of animated form, but never on screen. So it makes sense why there's people who are more worried about, like they'll sacrifice whatever. They don't really understand what they're losing from Doom's personality by having it be RDJ in a role potentially, because I feel like the big sacrifice here is you're going to feel like this is an Iron Man variant, regardless of if his name is Victor Von Doom or not. And you're going to watch him on screen and feel like this is Robert Downey Jr. Like this isn't Ben Affleck going to Batman and you're thinking, oh, that's still Daredevil. Like it's so close. It's in the same universe. It's the same people. This isn't a reboot of the franchise. This is still the same. Maybe not universe. Like obviously he might be from a different universe, but this isn't a reboot of the studio or anything like that. This is very close to someone who held the franchise for a long time, and I feel like the criticisms of it being lazy or a cash grab is justified because that is true. It's obvious. There's obvious reasons why they've thrown the bag at him for every single time his contract was renewed because he puts asses in the seats. I don't contest that at all. People love him. They will go see this motherfucker in Squirrel Girl movie. It don't matter. He will bring people in. And they spent all this time setting up Kang Dynasty and pushing that. That fell apart, and what better way to kind of like skip past all the work that they did there to get excitement for Avengers 5 than to put the biggest, maybe the biggest star comic book films have ever had in this role. Damned if it actually makes sense. Now, to me, the biggest part since I've been fan casting Doom since I was a fucking kid was it has to be somebody who isn't a big enough star to be too humble to keep the mask on, but yet is still a great actor. I mean, we've thrown around names like Javier Bardem or Cillian Murphy, and these are all people who are like big stars, great performances, but a lot of acting eyes. You needed somebody like a Carl Urban or Tom Hardy, who's going to like keep the mask on because they've been even what was his name, Julian McMahon or whatever his name is in the Fox films. Like even he in the second film had to have the damn mask off all the time. And if you've been reading Fantastic Four as long as I do, like that's bigger than Mandalorian, bigger than Master Chief and Halo. The mask being attached to his face is part of his character. Like he had a minor little scar on his face, and he created somebody to make a mask for him, and he couldn't even wait till it was too hot and put it on. Later, when he had the technology to have it removed, he kept it on as a symbol of temperance. And there's so much about him that I feel like gets put to the side because now the focus is on that he looks like the actor who played Iron Man, and there's people who are worried about how will Peter react when he sees him, as opposed to what's it going to be like when he meets Reed. That's what we should be worried about, not how it looks like, not how it affects like his conversations with the rest of the Avengers when they see somebody who looks like Tony. And then we go, of course, to like, all right, well, why would they be doing this? And then we look at, okay, what if? And what if is a really cool story, but a lot of things have to happen in order for it to make sense. I mean, we don't have. This is a world that will also have a Tony Stark, and are they going to spend this movie making 60 years of Doctor Doom primary Doctor Doom lore, pushing it to the side for one fucking What If comic, despite it being a cool story? There's a reason why there's stories like What If Comics and Elseworlds and shit like that, and shit like Infamous Iron Man or Superior Spider-Man, because we've been reading 60 years of their stuff and they had to like switch it up and keep interest. But when you start with the unique or outside the box idea, it feels unearned. It feels lazy. It feels rushed because those ideas are cool because, oh wow, here's a different take on them. If your first in Marvel Studios umbrella take on Doctor Doom is like a cool quirky idea that they did for one issue or a little miniseries, then how do you justify all the shit that we haven't gotten to see with the way that they've butchered it over at Fox for so many years? It's like one of the reasons why we wanted to get it back at Marvel Studios is because we don't want the like bullshit butchered ultimate version or a weird we don't really know what to do with him and he's nerfed like hell Fox version for the first film. This was the opportunity to really do Doctor Doom and do him justice. So I'm like very frustrated because like people are like throwing out. I mean, we're readers. We know that there's tons of source material, and it's like there's people who Google Doom and Iron Man and seeing Infamous Iron Man. It's like, oh yeah, this is what the comics are like. So y'all are stupid if you don't understand that Robert Downey Jr. makes sense as Doom. What? That shows absolutely no reading comprehension. There's tons of stories that have like weird stuff. Like that's like saying if they rebooted Spider-Man and had Flash Thompson be Spider-Man, it would make sense to you because that was a what if comic once. Just because, I mean, that'd be like, you know, do you want to see Thanos riding the Thanos copter and getting arrested by NYPD? That happened in the comics too. Like you could. That's reaching. And plus, that story is about Doctor Doom repenting for his actions after Tony died and putting on the Iron Man armor and doing good.
Right.
This isn't that. This isn't that at all. This isn't either of those stories. It has elements of those possibility stories where you could play up, but this isn't what I think a lot of Doom heads want to see. It's what a lot of RDJ fans want to see because they're desperate to have him back. And if they can't have him back as Iron Man or even as Superior Iron Man, which would make more sense if you want to do an evil Iron Man story, then they're just happy to have him back without really caring because they don't give a shit about Doom. I give a shit about Doom, and I would much rather see Cillian Murphy or Javier Bardem. And I say tempered negativity because all this shit might be something that they set up for Fantastic Four's universe and then bait and switch and have another actor be the 616 version of Doom. And this was just to get people in the seats and then give them someone else. Hopefully, if that is the case, you don't have a bunch of people bitching like, oh, now we got Killian, but I wanted to just keep seeing RDJ as them. So I'm interested to see what they do. The upside for me here, despite everything I just said, is that it's still one of my favorite villains of all time is Doctor Doom, and that's my fucking guy. I love. Leo, you and I have been talking about fucking Fantastic Four over Spider-Man and all the shit that they didn't get home, Daredevil and Ghost Rider, and all the while they were going through all those contracts and red tape, I was just like, man, just bring Fantastic Four home. Forever I've wanted to see the Fantastic Four back in Marvel Studios, so I'm finally getting it, and that I'm happy about. The fact that the Russos are doing it, I'm thrilled about. The fact that it's his own movie as opposed to having to share the story with the Fantastic Four. They get to breathe. Doom gets to breathe, and then when they get together, it's going to be on site. That's beautiful too. I love so many things about this. It's frustrating that I can't be as through the roof as I want to be because they have this issue of, but it's RDJ's face, and I know that's amazing to a lot of people, but to me, it's like it's like a big asterisk on this party, and I just wish I could fast forward to fucking opening day for this movie so I could see how they make it work where it doesn't hurt as much as I think it has the potential to hurt that character, because I care more about Doom's story being told than another payday for Robert Downey Jr.
Man, I just feel
I get it. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Jason?
My bad. I just feel that if they use him, bro, they have to make him unrecognizable. They have to do it. They have to do the comic run. I mean, well, like I said, there's two different runs with him, with Doom, with Iron Man, Demon, and then you got the other one, the regular Doom. So it's like you can go two different avenues with it, but for it not to be lazy, like Vinny was saying, they have to make him unrecognizable, bro. We just have to know, as an audience, we know it's RDJ, but we also have to know this is Doom. We can't see his face, man. I don't want to see a flashback version of him without his face messed up. If that's just another actor, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just can't be RDJ's face, bro.
So, because I wanted to sit on it just mainly for like a few days and and talk about it.
I seen you saw it, and I was just like, you trying to process it.
I sat on it for like a few days
to you guys when I first
because I wanted to kind of think about just the concept and try to put myself in the space of the Russos and how they do things and what they have done previously and the work that they've actually done and what they've given us. So I know that they are really attention to detailed individuals who want to make sure that the villain has their day. That is the aspect about the Russos that I love, because they're focused on Doom. We know they're going to focus on Doom, and they're going to try to make him as menacing as fucking possible, however they do it. Now, with that basically being said, strategically, I think they did this because, again, they want to put butts in seats. How are you going to do that? By giving us somebody that is recognizable, that is in the fold, that as of recently, we know that the conversations that RDJ has actually have had within the past couple of months was, yes, I would come back. If they gave me a call, I would do this. He even knew basically before the awards ceremony or the Academy Awards that this was going to happen. They just wanted to wait until he went through his whole press run for the Academy Awards, press one for Oppenheimer. They wanted to make sure all that was done first. He wants to get his award. He wants to get his Academy Award first. Doesn't want to be just noted as a one-trick pony when it comes to Tony Stark. They wanted him to go through the arena, get that Academy Award, give him time to basically soak his feet in something that was a bit more, serious, then get him back. I believe, and just keep this in mind, and they did say that the first choice before he even took the role as Tony Stark was he was auditioning for Victor Von Doom. And that's the character that he had always wanted to play, was Victor Von Doom. Now, with that basically being, the original character that he had auditioned for was Victor Von Doom. That's who he wanted to play. So I get that. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. So they did that
over at Fox, bro.
Yeah. Again. So this is what they basically did. Now, I say this, specifically for a reason, because I believe, just by looking at this from my perception, I believe that this, because he is a multiversal version of Doom, I believe that this is just something to bring this character in, but we are going to definitely get a different interpretation of the character. We're going to see somebody else play this character more serious. We're going to, not to say he's not, because the thing is, fucking Robert Downey Jr. has range. We know that. He definitely has range, and I know he can pull it off. But the problem is that people aren't going to be able to disassociate him from Tony Stark. Regardless, that's what they're going to see. It doesn't matter how good he is as an actor to play this role. People are going to still see him as Tony Stark. That's how they're going to look at it, right? So we know this. We see that. We know this is going to basically happen. But I think it is a way to basically bring in somebody else. My thing is, the most impossible task is, if you're building up this particular character in his own film, and it's RDJ, where are we going to go if you introduce a new character? Are we going to have to wait another few years to really flesh out that particular story? Or is there a plan after Secret Wars? You know what I mean? So that's something to think about. Now, I know one of the biggest arguments people will have is, well, nobody said anything when Chris Evans basically took on the role as Cap. Remember how everybody was when he was basically Johnny Storm, and when they made the announcement as him being Cap, people hated the idea. It was like, fuck no, we don't want that, until he came in and he killed it. Same thing as Chris Evans. They were talking about him and Star Trek. Nobody liked or really thought that he could play Thor. He did that. Same thing that we see about, all these other characters who have come in and taken on, whatever, a lot of these motherfuckers who have done it. Josh Brolin, who at one point was Thanos, who came in and played Cable. A lot of people hated that idea as well, right? The difference between that is you have two directors, that, again, at the top of their game, they come in, they have never steered us wrong. And I would have expected them. And here's the thing. I think that they entered this, even with Kevin Feige, knowing, they knew that this would stir up the fans and draw on tons of speculation as to where they knew this shit was going to happen before they basically they did it. With my thing is, you're using him as a character or as an individual to get people hype. I just feel as though, okay, I get that, but there could have been other ways to do it. Yes, there could have been other ways to kind of bring people in. And I think that people would be accepting of another character or another actor playing this role. Again, as long as they can see Doom, and as long as they get, again, we talk about Cillian Murphy. I think he would have been perfect as Victor Von Doom. I really do. I think he would have pulled it off. He has range. He has the personality. We've talked about Javier Bardem, playing the role. But then again, like I said, it just depends on which version that they're going for. But I also think that they're looking for a character that can match Pedro Pascal's gravitas as well. So they're trying to match that up. But again, I'm more so looking at it from in the way of I'm just going to wait and see. You know, I'm not going to meet it with trepidation. I might have some slight trepidation, but at the same time, I'm going to be optimistic and just wait and see, because I can't really say anything. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, but I know they did exactly what they set out to do, was stir up the fans, good or bad. They knew that this conversation, this has been on the zeitgeist. This shit has overshadowed a lot of shit. And the people have been talking about shit. This shit was on E. This shit was on fucking Variety has been talking about
hot
this.
topic, because it's even drowning out Deadpool.
It's it's been one of the hottest fucking topics, you know, out there right now. So again, it's a wait and see type of situation for me. But was it a good or bad announcement? I'm just reserved. I'm not going to say it was good. I'm not going to say it was bad. I'm just in between, and I'm just going, because here's the thing, regardless of all of it, honestly, this is what I did today, bro. I actually went back and I pulled off crowd reaction for Endgame. I pulled it up on YouTube and I watched it. And when I watched that, I was like, I cannot forget who was in the driver's seat. I cannot forget who gave us these fucking moments, and how excited I was sitting in the fucking theater experiencing that. And that was something that I never thought that I would actually see on screen. And the Russos were the motherfuckers who gave me that shit. So I trust that they are going to do a good job and bring this together. They got the same writers back as well. They're going to get into this, and I think they're going to give us something incredible. But it is a wait and see, and it is basically a little bit side-eye, because I'm like, is this a risk? But I have to wait and see how they're going to pull it off, and I'll just wait.
Setting the RDJ shit aside, putting it over here for a second, bro, a fucking whole Doomsday movie by the Russo brothers.
Yes.
It's fucking, like,
it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I mean, because we've talked about them coming back to Marvel Studios for as long as we've known each other, and having them bring them in under the umbrella and not have to like wedge him into introducing or reintroducing, however you want to look at it, the four, letting them breathe and have their own shit and introduce Galactus and have that shit all be over here, and then wait and have Doom build up over here. Because to me, it's like the after Thanos, like in that company of aura, like when you think about who could be in Avengers or Fantastic or worldwide type of villain, Doom has always had the potential to be an Avengers level villain, because Fantastic Four are low key as much of a threat or level of power of heroes as the X-Men or the Avengers. Like, they can hold their own with anybody. They fight cosmic beings. Like, they ain't even worried about most of the shit that goes on Earth. They usually fighting off cosmic threats. So to have a whole film to flesh him out, and then to go from whatever they do for the Doomsday story, branch it to Secret War, and we both know what Secret War means. It's very interesting as well, because Secret War is kind of like the grand opus for Doctor Doom. And I don't know, like, that's tough, because the comic books, if you have the coolest version of a character, you don't really worry about, all right, are people going to care now? But with film, you have that. You have that work, because if when you amp up his power to God Emperor Doom, if that's what they do, because there's multiple versions of Secret War, we might have the secret first. This might be bait and switch. They might not even do the multiverse take on Battle World and the Beyonders and all that. They might do the first story and just have pieces of. We might not even get God Emperor Doom. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But if their whole point of setting this up was so that they could like earn him, explain why he would be that powerful or be capable of pulling that trigger and being that powerful and be God Emperor Doom, then that's insane to think that we might see that on screen. All this aside, all our D-Day shit aside, the biggest villain in this whole story, though, is absolutely Grace Jabari, because, man, the power of a white woman's tears caused Jonathan Majors this film, and it's...
Yeah, bro.
I had to wait a minute. This fool just said the white woman's tears. That's the the biggest villain in the Marvel universe.
No greater power than the power of the white woman's tears.
The
Oh my
white
God.
woman's
Killed.
tears. Bruh, I can't deal, dog. That's
Because,
against
bro,
me.
let me tell you this. If Scarlett Johansson hurt some dude's finger getting away from him as he was trying to get her phone, and then she ran away as this dude chased her, and then she called the cops, she'd be a hero.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have lost the job.
Yeah. That's the one thing
Bro, to
that
go from
hurts,
Kang
bro, is the
Dynasty to
simple fact
Doomsday?
that we won't. Now they did say that they were recasting that character, but
He won't be big.
it really hurt me that this is where, yeah, that we're not going to get that Kang story continued, bro. It really,
Yep.
I
They
wish.
put so much work into it.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
biggest opportunity is to have both Doom and Kang on screen
Together.
would have been fucking phenomenal, bro.
Right.
People talk
Now,
about
the
the
thing
ties with
is-
him and Iron Man.
yeah.
The ties with Doom and Kang are huge too.
Right.
Yeah, bro. Like the ties between him and the thing is, they have such a love-hate relationship, bro. Like they will work together, and it's always a struggle of power. Who's the most knowledgeable? Who's the most powerful? You know, pretty much. And it's always that fucking way, bro. And I would have loved to see that on screen.
Bro,
I
do you
would've.
think with this though, I mean, I'm just trying to, I don't know, I'm trying to be Mr. Obvious, but do you think with this name change for Avengers 5, like the Kang Dynasty will never be, or we'll never see that on film at all? Like we won't get to see different.
I think that they're trying to divert away from that as much as possible, bro. Because the thing is, they know, number one, a couple of different things. Even if you recast this motherfucker, it's going to have a ripple effect of anger because motherfuckers are going to still think and look at this character as Jonathan Majors and want to see him back. So I think that I think that they are trying to stray as far away from that as possible.
Loki 2 gave him an out. They're gonna take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gave him an out, and they're going to use that to their advantage, unless they cast Oberticus.
I wanted to see the Council of Kings, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, dog. I really wanted to see that, man. Like,
yeah. I mean, listen, bro, like whatever they do is what they do at the end of the day. And I think it's just like a watch and see type of situation for me. But I do think, and I agree that even though like I'm okay with it, I can think of maybe 4 or 5 different actors who I thought could bring just as much excitement to the role. Literally. Literally. Because even if you basically watch the announcement video at Hall H, 4 people in the audience called it before it even brought him out.
Yeah.
Oh,
they called it. They knew that it was RDJ.
Yeah,
because this is something that was in full rotation for about 2 weeks, almost a month.
Yeah.
People were actually talking about this. So people knew before he hit that stage that it would be him.
Because I think a few shows ago, we had talked about the rumors of him and Chris Evans and somebody else was trying to re-sign or re-signing back with Marvel. That was like...
Well, Chris Evans is going to be Magneto.
Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, at this point...
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, you think the Russo brothers can redeem themselves with Hulk? They better. I
mean, he does have some feats in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So
yes. This motherfucker held up an entire mountain.
But the real Hulk, not Professor Hulk. Yeah,
not Professor Hulk. Yeah. And I think that if they're going to do any type of redemption, that his redemption story has to be set up before this movie gets released.
Yeah, true.
Like literally. You can't wait for either Doomsday or Secret Wars to do it because he has a pivotal role, him and She-Hulk, to be quite honest, in Secret Wars. So they have to do that shit right. Like they literally at the end of the day have to do it right. You know what I mean? And on top of that, I was talking about this. I was talking to Jake yesterday on when we talked about this on Collectors Lounge. I was like, well, if they don't bring in Owen Reese as the Molecule Man, who would be the next best thing?
How do you like Molecule Man was a conduit for the dozen Beyonders that Doom absorbs. So you can't bypass that because he came out with a whole, I mean, even Purple Man, like, I need him too. Like there's a whole plan. And that I hope is shit that they set up with Doomsday because he didn't just like, I don't know, he didn't just like do a spell, or like this was a long calculated plan in order to inherit this power to save the universe from the incursions. So Doomsday might even set up the incursions, because you can't just go right into Secret War without reminding everyone that the incursions that have already been set up in Doctor Strange, you got to remind people of that and keep that going to explain the what they got to go through. Yeah,
Ren's
that's
is funny as
crazy.
hell, bro.
Ren's, bro.
Ren's is funny, bro.
I think Ren's flew all the way to Los Angeles, or flew all the way to California, and knocked on Herberticus' door, and act like he was somebody outside, and have Herberticus run so he could sneak in his room, grab a stash, and then leave.
And leave.
Because Renz has been like, he has been on a roll
funny,
these
bro.
last couple of weeks, bro. He is funny as fuck,
Yeah,
like
funny,
right
bro.
now. But I do believe, I mean, again, if they don't do that, Vinny, and I just want to throw this out there, do you think that they might, and just run with me here, right? What if they set this shit up to whereas we know that the Fantastic Four are coming? Now, Matt Shackman basically did say that they're not doing an origin story for that movie.
No.
Yeah, First Steps it doesn't mean origin story.
Yeah, so they're not doing basically the origin story. So we're going to already meet Sue Storm, and so everything we're going to see them in Power at this point, I guess. My point is, and just rock with me here. Do you think there's a possibility that we might end up seeing Franklin Richards in this story? And do you think that Doom may try to manipulate him?
Well, Franklin fixes it, right? So it makes sense that he would break it.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Because
the younger version of Franklin, or are you going to have him?
Well, he's definitely the younger version.
Definitely the younger version.
Better. It works so much better that he's a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because when he's older, his powers kind of alter, and it's so much different than when he's a child. When he's a child, it's almost like when he's his most powerful.
Because when Franklin's older, he's super OP. So he was.
Yeah. Well, that's when he basically came back to teach his young version of himself how to use his ability.
Right. But aesthetically, it comes across so much more interesting that there's this child who's creating pocket universes and definitely different universes, stuff like and like he's rebuilding the multiverse. So it makes sense that they would use Franklin maybe Doom tricks Franklin into transferring him the power of the Beyonders. But even just setting up who the Beyonder is going to take work.
Remember but also remember this, and Huberticus, did you hear this rumor as well? That at one point they said that Jonathan Major was going to be a variant of the Beyonder, that he was going to actually be a Beyonder.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, they were going to make him a Beyonder.
Yeah, this all was going somewhere. Like the Kang Dynasty, Kang Dynasty is what was going to set up Secret War. Yeah, it was just they were just using Kang.
Yeah,
now his ass is beyond the script.
I'm so mad,
bro. They got him look like in the Joker in the art scene.
For real. Like, bro.
No, come on, man. Please stop. Stop.
And you don't think
he should have went to the Beyonder to get some better shoes or something.
Run faster.
Running in them goddamn fucking
he should have left there a while ago, but he should have left that bitch a while ago, but he couldn't get Beyonder because that is what
that boy said he couldn't get Beyonder.
Couldn't get Beyonder.
Yo, wow, y'all motherfuckers, bro. Like, I'm not fucking with y'all, bro. I'm definitely not. Witness protection, yo. You're right.
Witness protection.
Yo, I mean,
how you getting beat up? How you getting beat up and you running? Like,
no, listen. He better be.
Not to go to jail.
He better be lucky he wasn't running from Amber Heard. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because she would have been throwing stuff like it's fucking Mario Kart, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers would have been spinning out. She would have just gamed.
He been slipping on shit,
bro. He came over here, fucked his life up, and went right back to England, bro. Like it wasn't shit. And that's just the way it was. Like, definitely.
Benny Vici.
Yeah,
He'll be on Tubi. He'll be on Tubi soon.
yeah, bro.
Shit. At least he got Megan Good.
Yeah.
That's true.
For how long
That's
though?
true.
For how long? So that will
Hey, I
find
mean,
out.
listen, he just got a new role in the film. He got offered a new role in the film, so we just have to see how that's going to actually go. He's in the rebuilding stage, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get back. I wouldn't be surprised if fucking James Gunn snatches that ass up eventually, bro. I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, cause he's
Yep. He's like, I'm going to rehabilitate this Negro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a great
bro. I
actor.
wouldn't be saying if
We're gonna
who else
build
knows
him,
about
make
giving
him
second
stronger.
chances but somebody who was given a second chance. So it is a wait and see type.
I
of situation.
loved you in Creed
Keep him
3.
away
We're gonna
from
make you
all the
we're
white girls.
gonna make you Bane. How about
right?
that?
I'm telling you,
Okay.
it can
Put
definitely
in the
happen.
contract. Put in the contract. You cannot date any white girls.
Stay away from the crazy ones. Just any unspecified. Just stay away from crazy ones, dude.
That'll be in his contract.
Yeah, they said he
Any-
got red
any-
sparrowed. They said he got red sparrowed, bro. Wow.
Come with me, Jonathan. You can be Bronze Tiger.
Bro, that's fucking insane. Anyway,
Bro, that boy said.
this is a wait and see type of situation. We just gotta wait and see how it's gonna be. But again, the biggest takeaway from this that I'm excited about, bro, is the Russos. I'm gonna tell you that right off the back. I'm so glad that the Russo brothers are back. I'm probably go upstairs, since I'm off tomorrow morning. I got to work in the evening, but I'm off tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go upstairs and watch Endgame just to kind of celebrate that feeling of having him back, bro. But again, this is definitely a wait and see, and hopefully it's good.
Our viewers are off the meds. That man said Red Sparrow.
That's funny, bro. That's too funny, bro.
Oh man,
Jonathan is John Stewart, bro. That's funny. Motherfuckers are just yeah.
I'd be. That is an entertaining thought.
Yeah, he could do
I'll
it.
say
You know
that.
what? Honestly, bro, I always wanted if fucking Marvel didn't pick him up as Blade, and because they're not doing anything with him, I always wanted to see Mahershala Ali as John Stewart. And the reason why I say that is because I loved his role in Hidden Figures. If you'd have saw him, because he was a military dude in Hidden Figures. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's John Stewart. Like he can fucking pull that shit the fuck off.
Yeah, he got a John Stewart like shaped head too. Like they got that
bro.
little
Like he
weird
could definitely
oblong shape.
He would have been the perfect person I thought that could have pulled it off. And if they keep fucking around with him with Blade, I hope they rethink that shit and make him do it. But who cares? Who knows? Bro. But anyway,
shit, Marvel, I'm available. Fuck it.
Right.
I'll get the fucking high top. Shit.
I'll do it.
Fuck it. Oh hell yeah! You know what, Jedi Pimp? Go ahead. Yeah, you got that.
I already got half.
You got that look. Yeah, you got that look. Go ahead.
Go to my neck. That's all.
You doc. You about darker than me at
can't get
least.
Jedi kid, bro, because every time he ad libs in the script, they're gonna be like, "Yo, bro, what are you doing?" Be like, "Oh, my bad, man. My bad, bro. Let's run it back."
Yeah, you're gonna see some Gator conscripts.
Yeah, bro.
Gator
Be
conscripts.
like, "Yo." In the middle of the tank, he'd be like, "Yo, y'all got some gator meat, bro? Like, I need
what in the fucking Florida?
Gator meat."
Yo, it's just gonna be constructs everywhere. My bad.
Some gator meat,
my bad.
man.
It's too many constructs. My bad.
I need some gator meat, bro. Can y'all give me some gator meat? Hey, Renz, since you out there, bro, I need you to put Jason's head on Blade, bro. I need you to do that for me, bro.
Oh, that'll work. Oh, that'll work. Listen, the way he did that damn.
But bro, Renz, when you do it, instead of making his suit leather, make it alligator skin, bro.
Oh, I need that. Black alligator skin. Black alligator skin. I'm with that.
Give him a deadline of when Blade comes out, so he has forever to finish it.
Yeah.
Alligators always trying to skate uphill. That's gonna be his line.
Red's got his Blade Birdicus. That's funny. He almost said Blade Birdicus. Hell yeah, live action whole Birdicus. Definitely, bro. Anyway, thank you guys out there, man. It's 12 o'clock. It's like we hit 2 hours on this show. Great discussion. So glad to have everybody here. It was a good one, man. We had a lot to go over. We will return next week with the artist of the week and book of the week. So we'll definitely do that. But besides that, man, thank you everybody for here. Vinny, what you got going on, man? Besides the room,
Yeah, that's a full-time job. Just catching up on reading. I'm reading a bunch of stuff now, trying to organize some stuff, getting ready for upcoming cons, and just doing some organizing. And looking forward to seeing what else they got coming at D23, and hopefully it's some cool Star Wars news. And we'll see what they got coming. And
I
but
hope so too.
Yeah, hopefully it's
Star Wars needs some type of love, bro. They just need some tender love and care, bro. Please give them some type of love, man. They definitely need that. Good
for sure. Always a pleasure, man.
Definitely, bro. Thank you for being here, man. Jay, what you got going on, bro? Besides alligator meat.
Doing some. I just got a Superman omnibus the other day. I got cracked that up and started reading. Waiting for figures to come in, and that's it, man. Spending time with the family and getting through this week.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Yes, great job, you guys, man, for real.
Last but not least, the immortal words of Herberticus.
Always, yes, as formerly known as Negro Pool or Nig Pool in different circles. So, of course, as you guys know, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is the rotation. We are together here on Monday with Comic Book Talk with Friends, so it's always a pleasure to be here with my brothers, my loved ones on the panel.
Yes.
Secondly, as you guys know, Wednesday we'll be back at it again with Say What, and it's quite a doozy of this week, of a week we have ahead of us in terms of just pre-orders and getting in the queue. So even if nothing drops this week, we still gonna be fucking busy.
Right, it is, bro. Because tomorrow we got it's the pre-order for the Clone Commander Scorch.
Yeah.
And then what is it? Wednesday is the Wednesday? Iron Spider, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Artisan, right?
Both versions, I believe, go on Sunday.
And that's that one has a limited release, right? That's the Iron Spider.
Yes, I think
Artisan.
I don't know the numbers of it. It's probably comparable to what we got with Black Widow today, where it was 200 this and then 400 that. I mean, 2,000 this and then 4,000 that. So it could be something like that.
Let me see if I can pull it up here, because that is wondering. I've been wondering how many pieces they're going to actually release from that. And then just to get this announcement that this Deadpool is going to be coming fucking soon. Whew, come on, man.
Oh yeah, this is ruining certain plans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it is.
They're gonna delay that though. Honestly, there's so much shit that's ahead of it. I don't see Sideshow pushing stuff that's already been slated to them just to get the cash in on the Deadpool stuff. I don't see it.
Paid off.
Artisan version is 3,500 pieces, bro.
For which one? For Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, the Iron Spider suit.
So if I do exactly what I did today, I'll get a pre-order.
Yeah.
If I fuck up or not paying attention, I'm cooked.
But just keep in mind, like, there's the Artisan version and then there's just the regular sculpted version. So this has two SKUs. But I know a lot of people say
I got the heart. Yeah, I want to say I got an Artisan Spider-Man head sculpt. I want.
They are coming for in art. Like, there's artisan.
Right. It's almost like it's lunacy or borderline learning disability. If you think otherwise, if you think that in art is not putting the pressure on other companies to do things like this, I think you need your head checked if you think otherwise.
Yeah. That's straight from in, and they have it labeled in game. So this is the in game version.
Okay,
yeah. So that's, and here's the thing, like I said, but this I'd already said, like, it wasn't my favorite suit.
I have it in my Spider-Man collection. I got all of them now. It's not the most posable one, bro. Like, because that suit is so restrictive.
Well, they said this one will be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they changed
I
the
ain't-
material on this.
I don't even want the bells and whistles for this shit. I'm really interested in the head sculpt alone. Like
Yeah.
I'm only here really for that. Like the suit, cool. I'm hearing different things about the suit. We'll see
And
whenever
that
it
was
comes
going
out.
for what, 435 or 425?
I'm not sure. I thought it was in the threes. I'm not
What
sure.
this?
Yeah, the artisan 425, right?
For you mean the price?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even know if they said the price yet for this motherfucker.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they definitely didn't say the price for this motherfucker yet.
Are those legs die cast or are they plastic still?
With the legs, I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
If there's no die, if there's a die cast, there should be a die cast logo at the bottom left or right. If that were the case.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, I just know that they're magnetic, so you don't have to actually piece them inside of the back of the actual figure itself.
Oh, that's dope. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
And the dopest part to me, though, but even besides the actual head sculpt, is the instant kill.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah.
that instant kill is fucking fire, bro.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I'd put that on and then light it up. Like
no, because mine. The only thing is the head lit up, but did the eyes change out in the other mask? Because it came with two head sculpts.
I think it came up with two head sculpts, one lit up and then one didn't. And the one that didn't, you could swap out the eyepieces. With the one that did, you could only have the white lenses.
Because that came with instant kill eyes too, I think. But it didn't light up like that. It wasn't lit up.
No, those were just regular fixed pieces that you could swap onto it.
Yeah.
I kind of figured. I actually, bro, I didn't think you were going to go after the Black Widow. I thought you were going to wait for this on Wednesday.
Bro, listen, I was just like, I'll try it. If I get it, I get it. And I went in line and it said like 2,000 something. I was like, oh, looks like I'm going to get this motherfucker.
I want that with her, but I can get that from my people's store, so I'm good. I can do that in person.
So I don't know what I'm really gonna do with the other Black Widow. I might pack it up and sell it for whatever I can get for it, and put that towards the Black Widow, the Black Widow movie one. It's fantastic.
I have the multiverse version.
Either that or keep it.
Characters. Keep that.
Rotate it out.
That's a good figure, but I would keep that. I got the white suit and the black suit.
Keep it.
Bro.
Me too. Keep it.
And I have Elena too. So
yeah, keep it, bro. I would keep it.
They should make the mom, bro. They tripping like.
Because to be quite honest, aside from the artisan version, my favorite version right now is the in-game version. That's the best one. That in-game version is the best one by far. It's my favorite of all of them. They killed it.
This head sculpt was such a referendum on the ScarJo head sculpt and the 6-scale hobby in itself that it's like it's worth just trying to see if you could get it.
Thanks to Leo, I scored Black Widow today on Sideshow. Was listening to the show during lunch. Appreciate that, brother. This is why we do the live show.
That's what it is.
That's definitely why we do the live show when there's release to give people a chance to get it.
Remember, don't sell that one though, dog. I wouldn't sell it.
Yeah, don't sell it, bro. Keep that.
I'm most likely
keep that son bitch. Yeah, keep it.
Rotate it or whatever.
I didn't like was the blondie one. I didn't like the blondie one.
Yeah.
If I get a Hulk, I can just put her and the Hulk in the couple shelf, and I'd be like, there you go.
Bro. Yeah.
So.
Definitely, man. But shout out, man. But anyway, man, thank y'all for being here. Everybody out there. It's definitely a great show. Had a good one today. A lot to talk about. We got through it as much as we could. We will be back next week, same time, talk about some more different shit, but hopefully it's going to be some good shit. But this is going to be a busy week. So again, everybody out there, you have a nice evening, nice rest of your night. I'm going upstairs to finish watching the Olympics and give me some cheeks. Other than that, thank you guys out there. Have a good evening, and we'll be back. We'll see you again.
Bring back bikinis in the volleyball.
Amber, what you doing? Stop it. We had tacos tonight. Don't do that shit.